something that they got. Everybody wants to see what they may not. Everybody wants to be a Texan. This is a story about the Texan with a 10-gallon hat on the side of the Chevrolet. Big old horns on front of his hood. Hawaiian girl on the dashboard. You know it, make it better. Big old beans and big old ribs. It's hot. Give me an iguana so I can eat her up. Yeah. Everybody wants to be a Texan. Everybody wants to drink like a Texan. Everybody wants to make love like the Texan. Everybody wants to be the Texan.
In Portland, it's 39 degrees with showers. Today, you can look for rainy weather, with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Currently, in New York it's 12 degrees with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect cold temperatures, with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 4 degrees.
All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. I can't wait for Santa Claus to come on over here. Santa Claus! Santa Claus! I can't wait to see what I am going to be getting for Christmas. And I'm here with Jason Allen. What are we getting for Christmas, Jason?
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, we're getting all sorts of stuff. I put them on my Christmas list here.
Oh, yeah?
I want new Tinker Toys.
Yeah.
And I want some new Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
And then I want the whole series DVD Blu-ray version of Jeeves and Wooster, the old BBC version.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Alexa, when is Christmas?
Christmas, a shortened version of Christ's Mass,
when?
is an annual celebration
Alexa,
commemorating...
Stop. How many days to Christmas?
There are 354 days until Christmas Day.
What?
Oh,
do we miss it?
we did.
Uh-oh.
Believe me, I did too. God, that's a stupid. Well, it's 2018, folks. Oh,
That's
look,
right.
and there's a new. Hopefully, it's correct. Hopefully, the info on there is correct.
Yeah.
Look, it's sneaking in the Coffee with Curmudgeons seal of approval. That's like your, remember, what was that thing? The Planned Parenthood seal of approval or whatever.
Oh, the Good Housekeeping seal of approval.
I call it the Planned Parenthood
Planned Parenthood seal
of approval.
Because she didn't get knocked up. So guess what, folks?
So this vacuum cleaner is good.
That's right. The Planned Parenthood.
Man. Okay, so I guess we have to do some housekeeping first.
Yeah.
We have. I should have set up the remote camera.
Yeah.
Branch.
Your Branch is still with us.
Branch with us.
Yeah.
Bring.
Lit.
You got.
Oh yeah. Hold on for a minute. We got to slide this over a little bit there.
So we.
There we go.
Don't bring Branch in. Sorry, I didn't set up the camera for this, but bring Branch in.
Okay.
Show us Branch.
There's Branch.
One last time, and then I think Branch's the light needs to go out on Branch.
Yeah. What's
Can
that?
you blow it out? Yeah.
What's it? It's 2008. Oh,
2018.
We're a little tardy, aren't we, Branch? Okay. And the lights. I saw the lights go out on Broadway. There we go. Let's see if I can find the lighting for it.
Oh, that's on Broadway.
No, there's a Billy Joel song. I saw the lights go down on Broadway.
Well,
It's about blowing up. It's about blowing up New York City.
So I got something. Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So is this going to work here? So we're going into 2018. I know. This is why I'm late, because I try to do stupid pre-production nonsense.
But
right?
it's 2018.
Yeah. That was as good as I could get at like 4 in the morning.
Right.
But I do have something. I do actually have something to replace Branch.
Excellent.
Here, I'll put it on.
No,
me.
Branch, no one can replace you. We're just, it's time you share the stage.
Now, this is kind of sad. I got this.
Ooh.
This is the automated snow globe, Millennium Edition. So it's a collector's item. It's Millennium. Yeah. It's kind of sad too. It's New York. So
New York.
I just put it on you.
Those small town blues.
This is the way this show is going to go today. It's the beginning of 2018.
Yeah.
No, I've had this thing in storage forever.
Yeah.
It was, crazy relative gifts.
Sure.
From crazy relatives.
Open up your present. It's going to be a good one. Wow, those aren't socks.
Okay. All right.
What do we got there? Look at that.
Now we got to plug it in. I know, dude.
I'm looking at it. It's got the Brooklyn Bridge, it looks like. Statue of Liberty. It's got the World Trade Center.
And it's got the World Trade Center.
Well, hey, it's still alive in our hearts.
2000, From 2000,
right?
This thing, I know. It's
Empire State Building back there.
It's kind of sad because it's like, this was 2000.
Well, yeah.
You know? And so it was like this millennial snow globe, which is why now I can't get rid of it. I mean, I can't. Well, it's millennial, I guess. It says millennial snow globe.
Well, you can't get rid of it, though. I mean, we're, it's still alive in our hearts.
On the side here.
Right.
And it has something that looks like the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, why does it got the Brandenburg Gates?
Do you remember, like,
Yeah.
Peter Jennings and... Here, what happens here? Wait. Oh, yeah, put Branch. Oh, did you plug it in? Oh.
And Branch just fell over on me. Poor Branch. She knows her time is up.
Did you plug it in?
Come back to me,
he's plugging
Branch.
it in
Come
now.
back to me.
Whoa.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, our new theme song.
And it's playing Christmas music. What the hell's with that?
I don't know.
So this is kind of unusable.
Wow, it's
for us.
kicking up a blizzard, too.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, you know what, New York?
Yeah.
This is relevant to New York's... This is New York. I can do a new song. Yes, this is New York today. Alexa,
Very good.
what's the temperature in New York City?
In New York, it's 13 degrees with clear skies and sun.
13 degrees.
Today, you can look for cold temperatures with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 4 degrees.
Hey, Chips in the Chopper, News 7 Chopper. Let's go to him and get a picture of what New York is doing.
Maybe I can
Look
zoom
at
this
that.
in more. Guys, this is what you get 2018. This is the new... Oh, here we go. It's just sort of creepy, and of course it's really creepy, you know, with the post 9/11. So it's millennium. Why is it playing Christmas Eve music? Why does it play New York, New York?
Yeah.
So and you can hear it too.
You can hear the buzz from it. It's giving out the
look at this blizzard here. So that's New York City, folks.
Yeah. There's one guy right now, he's watching in Toledo, and he's stoned out of his mind. He's like, oh my God, dude.
Watch it, it's heavy.
It's heavy. Oh, look at that.
You break my collector's item, man. Here's just to put it over there. Then we can, whoa, hello. Oh, brother.
How's that?
Yeah, it's not in the shot. That's fine.
How about that?
We'll deal with it.
Okay.
We'll do.
About the edge of the table, though. I can't swing her out anymore. Unless we put it right there. Right there. I don't know.
We could. Or you could just, I don't know, show it to us sometime. I don't know.
I would look into my crystal ball and tell of the future.
Yeah, maybe I need to put a robot on that. Oh, did it stop? Oh, no, there it goes. It's so weird. It just like goes, and you're right. It's like a huge storm blizzard, which is actually what is going on in New York right now.
Right.
Oh, look, I've got stuff all great.
You've got schmutz.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll put it over here. But you know, now that I realize that it plays Christmas songs, which makes no sense. I mean, celebrating. I guess it was Christmas, but I thought it was more like a New Year thing. So I would be wrong. So I guess I'll just have to pack that up with the Christmas crap that I didn't.
It's kind of
get out this year.
It's going off and on.
It goes. That's what it does.
Excellent. Okay.
It does the blizzard like every 5 seconds.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't had that out in a while. Okay, so it's 12 degrees in New York.
Yes.
Right now. Our correspondent is under a foot of snow, so
it's a complete whiteout.
She can't call in.
No.
But anyway, I did. You know what? I went to the mailbox yesterday. And like I hadn't gone to the mailbox. We've been gone for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oof. Anyway, and so I looked, and do you get Christmas cards? Do you get a lot of Christmas cards? Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah, we get several.
Sure, you do. Yeah. I used to. But now we used to get them and send them, and now it's just, I look forward to that one Christmas card from my insurance agent. It's like,
right, yeah.
God, you're just like, oh, here it is, great, yeah, thanks.
Gee, thanks.
But I looked and so after like June or January 4th or whatever it was, I finally went to my mailbox, and there was another kind of a happy. Spread the happiness. This is from my friends at Hot Pepper Studio. Good people. Happy holidays. Here's to February 2018. So, Brad and the crew, thank you. So look, I got happy. They're magnets.
Oh, they're like the refrigerator magnets.
Yeah. So I thought maybe that would be something we could use.
Because we do spread the happiness.
Well, I was. So there you go.
We spread something.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Remember, this is podcast. And for some reason, we couldn't get the thing. See, look.
Oh, yeah.
Look. I was like, spread the happiness.
Spread the happiness.
Oh, I should zoom that. Fine. Let's just zoom it in.
Okay.
Look, this is our first show. This is on Friday, okay?
Yeah.
Spread the happiness.
Spread the happiness.
Oh, see, that's what they do. They make little cartoon guys. Oh. I've got their...
Oh, it's Bliss.
Bliss. Yeah.
What is that, a pencil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Glee.
Glee's an envelope. Okay.
An envelope. See that right there? Peace is a glove.
Peace is Michael Jackson's glove.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's good.
Or the Hamburger Helper glove.
Cheer. Here we go. Coffee.
Cheer.
And then something else. Smiles is a
green apple.
Green apple.
Oh.
Which I don't get that, because usually you eat a green apple and it's sour. So you kind of have a sour, but green apples. I like green apples.
Sure.
Anyway, so that was. I thought we could do just maybe decorate.
Oh, sure.
Maybe it goes on the laptop, right? No, it doesn't.
Nope.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
Well, oh, it's aluminum. That's why.
Gotcha.
All right. So that's it for housekeeping 2018.
Yes.
See you later. So, yeah. So here's 2018.
Yep. 2018 now.
Yeah. But we have the... oh, nice. Anyway, we'll go back to the lower third.
Mm-hmm.
Our new design. So
I like it, yeah.
So how was your holiday?
Well, let's see. Remember Christmas Eve? We actually got a little snow.
Oh, that's right.
On Christmas Eve.
I forget.
Was pretty festive.
Christmas and the holidays was just one big blur.
Yeah, it was the same old. We have traditions at the old Casa de Allen. Yeah. We do our tradition of the Christmas Eve Chinese food. You'll get some Chinese food.
Yeah.
And then
I tried to actually do that myself.
Gotcha.
It was like Christmas. It was day. I don't know what it was. It was one of those Christmas days.
Yeah.
Of the two.
Yeah.
And I found out that my Chinese restaurant was closed.
Oh.
So I was very bummed out. I mean, no, I was fine. I'm fine with people closing on the holidays.
Yeah.
But I was the guy who was going, oh, I better go to the store. Oh, I better, everything's closed.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get mad because you're like, no, I'm not, I'm not Ebenezer or whatever. I'm not that guy.
Damn you for being with your family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just a disorganized mess. So it's like, and I'm all there with the other disorganized messes, We should form a club. We could call it the Lodge. Ooh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Of dysfunctional people.
Wait a minute. Yeah, and let's see, after that...
so how was the Chinese food?
Chinese food was good.
For Christmas. So this was like a tradition. This is your...
Christmas Eve, yeah.
So it's like...
Christmas Eve, dinner time, we get Chinese food.
Kind of a Christmas story kind of feel to it, right? Yeah.
Kind of like that. And then we put a fire in a fireplace, You got to put the fire in the fireplace. And then we do the traditional It's a Wonderful Life and the traditional Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. Got to do that.
Yeah.
And then kids usually are falling asleep by that time. And I'm left alone to do the midnight mass with Pope Francis.
Pope. Yeah, the Pope.
Got to do the Catholic thing,
Well, it's a lot better than the... I'm sure Pope... But, I haven't seen... that one. I was gonna watch it, but I didn't see it.
It was good. Yeah,
I haven't seen Pope since the Francis guy. Mm-hmm. I think I saw it last time. It was this guy called Benedict.
Yes,
the German guy.
Yeah, I call him the Gerald Ford of popes.
It's like whoa, dude. Do you think you should be Pope? A little decaffeinated coffee.
I knew something was wrong when the Swiss Guard turned in the stormtroopers. I thought something was going on. They're sending mixed messages.
Oh, that wasn't a Star Wars. Oh, that was.
You
horrible.
will be on your knees for the Hail Mary. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call.
Oh, jeez.
I call Pope Benedict.
See, Bannon is out 1 minute, and the next minute you're doing Nazi jokes. And all right.
Well,
wasn't he Catholic?
Who's that?
Bannon. You know what?
I don't know. Me. Well, let's see. Bannon, Irish.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see.
I'll tell you what. He's not Jewish.
No. No.
So anyway.
Yeah, no. I call Pope Benedict. I call him the Gerald Ford of popes.
Really?
Yeah, because you had Pope John Paul II, who was there for a long time, beloved, and then you got Benedict, and he just kind of, also AKA Joseph Ratzinger.
Yeah.
And he rubbed me the wrong way. He was turning into Munich.
He was a member.
Yeah.
There back during the war.
Yeah, he was a Hitler Youth. Yeah.
And then the whole thing was,
Was he forced into it?
Yeah, it was like, well, who wasn't at that point in time? It was like, yeah, but I don't know.
And let's see. And then, of course, we get Pope Francis now, and I dig Pope Francis.
Argentina?
Oh, yeah. Is he
Catholic?
I hope so. He's the Pope.
Gotcha.
My God, they put a Methodist on the throne.
Wouldn't that be cool?
He's going to shake things up.
I mean, look, that's what the Catholic Church, with all the stuff, I mean...
Well, if you can make a reality TV star president, why can't you put a Methodist on?
No offense.
Yeah.
No offense, but Hollywood has their Weinstein stuff.
Yeah.
And
Catholic Church,
Washington, D.C. has, well, you know.
Yeah.
And then the Catholic Church has all that stuff.
Yeah.
So would it just be great if we put a Methodist in? Oh, we're crazy! Everything must go! I'm Crazy Eddie, the Pope, right?
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like selling off, look at this relic! Everything must go!
That's right. Oh, look at that! Piece of the true cross, $50.
Yeah.
Oh, the head of St. Anthony of Padua. We're gonna give it away for $99.99.
You just won't get deals like this ever in a millennium!
Shop today.
Get that guy from Gresham. Whatever his name. He's Crazy Eddie.
Right.
He's been doing his thing for 20 years.
Wasn't he like the car stereo guy or something like that?
It's always a car stereo guy.
I will club this baby seal to make a great deal,
Jeez.
It's like, dude, calm down a little bit. But I'm thinking more than a Methodist. I'm thinking we put a rabbi on the throne of St. Peter.
Ooh, there you go. Then we'd have this guy, in the Vatican, the head would be floating. Oh, it's St. Tom Peterson.
St. Thomas.
Today is a very good day for...
It's St. Thomas of Foster.
Yeah, St. Thomas of Foster.
Yeah, Foster.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm starting out 2018 with my first torsion incident of the... I'm like sitting here like...
Yeah.
Doing it. Maybe I should get some music on.
Hold on.
It's like, oof.
This just coming in from the newsroom. It's January 5th, and I'm going to hell already.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Well, we do that, don't we? I mean, we...
Yeah.
How can you bring up the... Can't bring up the Catholic Church. So anyway, so you went and saw that, and that was good.
Midnight Mass,
was
Pope
Latin
Francis.
good?
He was good, man.
Latin,
Yeah, he got out there.
Was he a John Paul II Latin?
There you go.
Wait, his Latin should be good. He comes from Latin America.
No, I like this Pope though. He takes no guff from the institutions.
We'll see.
His homily was very pointed and directed towards someone who shall remain nameless.
Yeah, but I tell you, his homily should have been directed over there at the Council of the Defenders of the Faith or whatever the hell that thing is, right? And we
Yeah, because no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
But not to dinner. Yeah, but we can laugh. And I'm having an allergy attack as we were going here, so great.
Okay.
Yeah, great start to 20. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What'd you do for New Year's Eve? What's going on?
All my plans were screwed.
Yeah.
Everyone got sick. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Something goes on.
Everyone got sick over the
and then it's like
holidays.
No. I mean, I think over the holidays ish, or this might have been before the holidays. I went to jazz club.
Ooh,
jazz.
That's right.
With jazz club.
Oh, you got to do the
jazz.
Got to do the jazz hands.
Yeah.
And spirit fingers, jazz hands, spirit fingers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember what that guy says now. I haven't watched that in a while. Nice. I went to Soleil's to see Christopher Brown. Nice. Anyway,
Nice. Yeah.
because it's jazz. Anyway,
Oh, sure.
let's go look that up. I think that was a Fast Show. Go look up the Fast Show. Jazz Club.
Jazz.
British show.
Yeah.
Anyway, jeez. So let's talk about you.
Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Why, let me tell you.
what
I
did
sat
you do?
around, ate copious amounts of food,
Man.
played some games with the fam.
Well, is this leftovers or what? What food? Just,
Oh no,
what'd you have for...
I take New Year's Eve menu items to the extreme. I just can't leave well enough alone with a few items. I go out and let's see. I say, okay, well, let's do some pizza, for dinner. We'll do some pizza. So you gotta have the pizza, and then we're gonna do crackers and cheese and summer sausages. Bam! Get that there. And I said, no, that ain't enough.
Dang.
We need boneless chicken wings. We got to do boneless chicken wings. But, I'm kind of in the mood for boned chicken wings, too, so let's get both. Why don't we? And so then we get that. And then it's like, well, we got all this meat and crap. We need something to satisfy the sweet tooth. So we're getting cookies and all sorts of stuff. So we got this huge bevy of crap.
Yeah.
And, there's only 4 of us in the house. So, I mean...
So when if you ever go to the vegan restaurant...
Yeah.
And they have the tofu wings or tofu kind of things.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If you do me a favor, ask them if it's bone in.
I will. Excuse me. I noticed you got some tofu wings there.
Yeah.
Do you guys... You take out the bones, right?
Yeah.
And I'll see their face... This man can't be that stupid. Oh, yes, he can.
That's what I'm going to do tonight.
Yeah?
I'm going to get some Chinese food.
Nice. Yeah.
And celebrate a belated something, blah, blah, blah. But anyway...
Well, it's New Year somewhere. You got in February, Chinese New Year.
And I'm going to go down to the Chinese... This is what we do. We love it. My kid loves this place. Mm-hmm. I love it. It's great food. Mm-hmm. Chinese restaurant. Mm-hmm. It's all vegan.
Excellent.
And they do all... They even have, like, burgers and stuff there, too, just like the Chinese thing. But last time I was there, I had, like, this, like, vegan beef Mongolian Grill kind of thing. Oh, yeah. But the thing that killed me is, you ever have those wontons with the cream cheese inside?
Oh, yeah, the crab puffs or the rangoons?
They have those. They have those. And I was just there. It was lunch.
It's not dairy, right?
No. 100% vegan.
No, that's what I mean. It's non-dairy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it blew me away. I was like, I haven't had these things since like the 80s or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, lunch, and I'm like, I'm going to try this after. I don't eat a lot of that, I don't do that, but I was like, it's lunch. I'm going to treat myself. And I had these things, and I only could eat like 2 because they were so rich, but I was like, oh, these are great. I used to love those things. Used to go to this is a long story.
Yeah.
This old Chinese restaurant, tiki club called the Jasmine Tree. I even performed there once or twice. Okay. Yeah, it was downtown. They tore it out.
Jasmine Tree. Okay.
For the light rail that's not there or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
And in fact, a bunch of the interiors of their tiki room bar is actually over at Hail Pele and somewhere else too, maybe. The old Trader Vic's was there. I don't remember.
Yeah.
They keep like they keep opening and closing tiki bars, so stuff gets sold to a new tiki bar.
Right.
So you go into there's actually a vegan tiki bar that I haven't been to.
Hand-me-down situation.
Well, yeah, they sell it. So when they opened up the Hail Pele back when it was called Thatch, they bought a whole bunch of this decor from the Jasmine Tree.
Okay.
But anyway, they used to have the crab, and so we'd go there and perform and drink, and then what do we eat? Give us some of those crab rangoon, they'd call it.
That's right, rangoons.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure if you're in the middle of China, they have, like, deep fried wontons with cream cheese and shrimp in it, or
right,
fish, it's like, it's American.
Of course it is, yeah.
They invented that, and Chow Mein and everything else in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. So... Yeah. Anyway, or New York. But yeah, so we'll do that. I'm looking forward to that because that place is really good. And interesting thing about that place. Okay. This is what I love about it. Do you ever do the cable surfing, or back in the day do the cable surfing? Well, sure. Cable. Hey, how's it going? Cable. Right. Like maybe you'd be like cable surfing in between your religious Bible thumping versions, and you'd see 2 guys like us on there.
Right.
Oh. Did we play? We did play the voicemail. Did we play all the voicemail?
No, we just did a couple.
Okay, well, we got more voicemail than we got to play. I forgot about that. So anyway, that's why we like being on the TV, because people actually call the number 503-395-5040.
That's right.
Anyway, so what happened? So so you go into this place, and there's one of these in New York. Mm-hmm. They're around the country. There's sort of a chain, but they have different menu, and we got one in Portland, downtown Portland. Mm-hmm. And it's the people who own it kind of belong to a religious kind of a thing, Yeah. And so they got a big TV, with their stuff on there. And I used to watch this lady. I'm not. I think I don't know. But her name is the Supreme Master.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it used to be on the cable TV.
I think I remember the Supreme Master. Uh-huh.
The lady.
Yes.
And she sits there, and usually, if I recall, I think most of the broadcasts, she was speaking in English. But they have like a billion translations going at the same time, But she speaks English.
Yeah.
I think one time she was talking in Chinese. I don't know, but
Farsi.
No, she's not the Ayatollah. Anyway,
well, the Supreme Leader. I mean, I don't know. Is that North Korean?
Master.
Oh, Supreme Master. Okay.
Shanghai.
Okay.
I think I should pull it up.
Okay.
But she talks about stuff and everything. So yeah, it's like Buddhism.
Okay.
Like Buddhism. Don't you in Buddhism like you go? I should know more about this. Like you go and like there might be some master. Like you could be a Buddhist master. Like people could go to you, Jason. You'd be sitting there.
Ooh.
And you talk for about 4 hours.
Ooh.
No bathroom breaks.
No. You got to meditate and then
talk about
maybe do a mantra or two.
Different things.
And then the four truths and then you got to
and stuff.
Maybe there's lotus,
I like
flowers.
the incense.
Yeah.
It's a very there's a lot of accessories.
There is
to Buddhism. Not unlike the Catholic Church.
No, during my Buddhist phase, I wasn't known as the Dalai Lama. That was already taken. So I was known as the
What right do you have, sir? What right do you have to claim the Dalai Lama name, sir?
Right. So I was the Dalai Ramalama Shing Dong.
Oh yeah.
And I went with that.
Jeez.
And they booted me out, of course.
Welcome to Coffee with Curmudgeons, the trashing religion hour.
That's right.
No, it's
That's
fine.
right.
It's fine. It's.
Don't worry, Shinto. We'll get around to you next.
Yeah. I mean, I like.
No, I much respect for Buddhism. I've
I went to the temple a few times there.
I've read a lot and studied some.
Me too.
Buddhism.
See, me too. And I actually have. I got actually. If you go, there's this one on Hawthorne, and then this was a whole deal. This dog, cancer, all that stuff, and then what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? And so, I mean, it's on my Instagram. There's a picture there. I mean, lots of people love this dog, and so we decided to go to the. You can take the dog there. Yeah. I think they do that. Catholics,
bless the animal.
Priest.
Yeah, you can. You
could get a priest to bless. I don't know. Maybe you could get a Methodist. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Seventh-day Adventists, because they don't eat the puppies.
No,
they don't.
It's true.
The Seventh-day Adventist. Is that right? They're the vegetarians, right? I got that right.
Oh, are they?
I should look that up.
I don't know.
I keep saying that, but it's one of those religions.
If you're Seventh-day Adventist right now, why don't you give us a call, 503-395-5040, and we want to get to the bottom of this meatless debate for Seventh-day Adventists.
Yes. Seventh-day Adventists are encouraged to eat a well-balanced vegetarian diet. So yes, I do have that correct.
Okay.
I knew that there was one of the Christian religions that don't eat the puppies.
Right.
Because the first thing you do in Sunday school, and this is, it's like, well, why are you vegan? What's all this stuff with they're not eating the meat and stuff? It's like, well, dude, you're in Sunday school.
You lost one of your recorders. It blinked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
sorry.
We'll go fix that.
Yeah, sorry.
The other one's running.
Oh, yeah. So we're good.
That's typical it's typical for coming back. Everything's not working.
Right.
Like the what is it? The periscope didn't work today.
Right.
So you just did this because you didn't want to hear my story about the puppies.
No, I'm
because it was in Sunday school.
Sure. No,
and they're like Jesus and the puppies and stuff, and then Abraham and stuff. and then the lamb, and then the dude is so rocking.
Yeah.
The dude's so rocking that he's like, skip the lamb. I'll give you my firstborn. Dad, what's going on?
Right.
What kind of religion is this?
Well, you know.
Only in the Old Testament, folks. And the new, everyone's sacrificing. Dude, let's sacrifice that. Let's slit that throat. Let's do that. It's like, oh my God, really?
Maccabees, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like a teacher. Does that mean I got to take the dog in and put it up on the altar and sacrifice? No, you don't have to do that.
No. God loves puppies.
What about the cow that I just ate? Well, that was a cow. What about that soul? And then it gets really complicated, and you have a problem in Sunday school. And don't tell me that this doesn't happen, that I was the only kid that did this. Because after you start thinking, like maybe you're in I don't know what grade, but about the second grade, or just Sunday school, and you're like, film strips. And then Jesus walked among the lepers.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Yeah.
When's the milk and cookies? I can't wait to get milk and cookies.
When are we going to play Heads Up 7 Up?
Do we have juice?
Right.
Can we go to the basketball court? But anyway, so you're doing this thing, and then at some point you're just like, oh, wait a minute, okay, we go to heaven. But what about my dog and my cat? And now I'm confused. And then with me it all culminated because I had a pet rabbit. I've never discussed this on this.
No, this is all.
When I was a little tyke,
okay,
we had a pet rabbit. And then we moved. And the pet rabbit went off to...
What was the pet rabbit's name?
Fritzy.
Fritzy, excellent. Fritzy the rabbit?
Yes. Okay. Can you tell these were Germans?
Achtung, Herr Fritzy.
Fritzy, which I believe is a masculine name.
Sure, Fritz.
And then it turns out later Fritzy. It should have been Fritzina or something. But anyway, so Fritzy, we had to move. And we moved out sort of to the country. It was like country back then.
Okay.
Like, it was really not like it was today. And so we would go move to the countrified area, and we can't take Fritzy with us, which to this day was like, why? We're moving to a bigger place.
Yeah, in the country.
My neighbors down the street got a pet chicken in their RV. I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
Right.
So anyway, so then Fritzy went off to its own playground, and then later it turns out it was playground in the sky.
Right.
But not the sky, because Fritzy doesn't go to heaven. Even though you love, and so this just broke down for me as a kid. So the Buddhists.
Good boys and girls go to heaven. Fritzy goes in the stew.
Yeah, exactly. And guess where Fritzy did go? In someone's freaking stew.
And
I'm just like,
would it help if I started singing Circle of Life?
No.
Okay.
So when I was a little kid, I was like, I don't understand.
Right, yeah. No.
I love that. But
those are legitimate questions.
Always legitimate.
Yeah.
So the Buddhists have lots of gold statues and stuff. People with many arms and elephants and things.
Sure.
And then they got the dog.
Okay.
The us and stuff, and a lot of this weird vegetarianism that all the kids are doing comes from centuries of Buddhism and stuff like that. Because a lot of them are the people who are like, hey, we don't eat the cow. No.
Right.
Sacred. So there you go. Anyway. So that was my New Year's. I should have.
New Year's Eve.
I did light an incense.
Good.
I didn't meditate. It stank in the house. So
No Nog Choppa going on?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, Nog Choppa?
Oh, you betcha. Always Nog Choppa.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I think it was Super Hit or Lucky Dollar. You know the ones you get at the store, which is because that's all the numerology. I love that stuff. It's like the whole Buddhism because there's numbers and then there's games and mathematics and it's all real cultural.
It is
way over my head, dude. I was like,
me too. So I decided I was going to, because you know how there's like Year of the Rooster and Year of the Dog and stuff. So I wanted to I wanted to make a whole new thing for myself so I could understand a little bit better. And so I came up with my own year of the whatever. And so this year, I'm now proclaiming that we are in the year of the three-toed sloth. Okay? So for 2018, if you feel like you're dragging a little bit and maybe you're just, I'm behind the game, I'm not feeling peppy enough, you're not full of vim and vigor, just remember, I gave you an out. It is now the year of the three-toed sloth, and so you're okay. When if you're at work and they're saying Bob or whatever your name is, Brenda, I don't know, they're saying, hey, you're not moving fast enough, you're just not being a great example. You can look at them straight in the face and say, listen, Jason told me it is the year of the three-toed sloth, so I don't have to do this. So there you go. Three-toed sloth. We're in the year of the three-toed sloth.
There you go.
Yeah, because, usually there's a year of the dog, year of the rooster.
We should actually find out that because that's coming up. That is the next holiday, the next big holiday.
Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year.
So I'm now proclaiming that we, at least in the lodge, we are in the year of the three-toed sloth.
Yeah. Here's Shanghai.
It almost that close. We were that close because I rolled dice on it.
Yeah, that's what you do. You roll dice.
It's
like a big D&D kind of a thing.
Yeah, we did rock, papers, and scissors. We were that close to being year of the grunion. But I decided no. I rolled a 6, and it's year of the three-toed sloth.
I just realized that ancient religions, D&D, rolling dice, mahjong, it's all. I don't know. Well, no. That's what they, That's a Chinese New Year. They cook up a big feast, and then there's money, and I think games of chance.
Yep.
What we would call,
Yep, because
gambling.
During that time, that is supposedly when your luck is at its peak, and so there, out of tradition, there's a lot of games of chance.
That's how I felt in the Buddhist place.
Good.
In the temple, the place. I was like, what do you do with someone who's just so unlucky? That's just really... Is there a part where the Buddha goes, no hope for you? I don't know. See this smile on my face? It's now turning to a frown.
Why did the Dalai Lama just get up and leave?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Like Charlie Brown, right?
Trying to get him on the show next week, by the way.
Dalai Lama?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Sure.
We'll do it.
Sure.
Why not?
He streams.
He does.
Streams. Actually, he does much like the Vatican. Because did you watch it was on TV, but I think they live stream it. Come on, they got to live stream it.
Yeah, just usually if they live stream it, because of the huge time differential, it's like 7 in the morning or something.
Yeah, they had it on the live stream. They've had it on the live stream for 10 years.
Yeah.
But the Dalai Lama was like a live streamer. And he always does something around these winter solstice times. I know because I got a message to watch it, and I watched it once or twice in my life.
Excellent.
And did I watch it? No. Just
but you were there in spirit.
I'm
It's okay. We're in the year of the three-toed sloth.
You saw the Rogue One, right?
I have not seen Rogue One yet. See, I got into this huge thing over the holidays. I saw Force Awakens, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch Rogue One, but then I got sidetracked. I started watching this old BBC show that's on Netflix now, Father Brown.
Yeah.
Started watching him. Of course, I can't put it down. I'm on season 5 now, and after I get done with him, it's going to be the Rogue One and some other stuff. But
it's an easy watch on Netflix. It's,
right.
You won't be sitting there watching Rogue One going, I'm trying to understand the No, it'll be like, oh, okay, Guns of Navarone, Star Wars, great. Yeah. Got the plot.
Right.
Let's just watch it unfold. I said Rogue One because
was David Niven in it?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But Peter Cushing was.
Excellent.
Figure that one out.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, I could have watched the Dalai Lama or whatever, but instead I was in, Darth Vader's temple on Mustafar in a Bacta
right?
Which is in Rogue One, if you'd watch it. See, I already spoiled some of it for you.
That's fine. I'll forget in 5 minutes from now.
I think that's why the movie was successful. Because it was like, the big bad dude is back.
Right.
So anyway,
Cool.
So you didn't even see the Last Jedi?
No, I haven't seen Last Jedi.
I spent half my holidays watching all the reactions to the Last Jedi.
Ah.
Yeah,
okay.
it was like bad, but we talked about that on the last show we had with
Doc Castle. Yeah.
And your daughter.
Yes, the Christmas queen herself, the Christmas princess.
Did she?
She made out.
Did the counseling take?
Huh?
Did the counseling take?
Counseling.
The therapy. After doing the show, is she out of her vegetative? Was in the thing.
Absolutely not.
It's like
no.
It's like going to see Darth Vader at Mustafar. Oh, jeez.
Right. No.
Don't ever take the kid to the studio again.
She's like growing up to this typical millennial, right? She's like this typical little millennial 10-year-old kid. Yeah. I get home. So, what'd you think? She was, it was good. And that's all the response I got. Yeah, it's all right.
Well, that's the thing. You think it's like it probably looks more fun here than it really is here, But
not saying that there isn't hijinks and hoopla in here.
It was like yeah, it was cute. It was cute.
Yeah,
we had a very cute coffee with Curmudgeons.
Yes, it was the Christmas with
which for 2018 we will fix. Anyway. Just because we talked about it, here's the Supreme Master.
Yes,
Shanghai.
Let's get her.
This is a picture on her book, which I have.
Oh.
But look at this. Look, they do
a
lot of stuff.
Supreme
I
Master
do.
Okay.
I do. You know what? You know how much it cost? Nothing. It was free.
Wow.
Look at it. Happy holidays for 2015.
Wow.
Right there, dude. This is great.
Is she dressed as Santa?
Yes. Look.
Oh, Supreme Master.
The Supreme Master goes to SantaCon. Yes, indeed.
Huh.
Anyway.
Excellent.
So that's your.
Wow.
That's Shanghai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but they're like big on the vegan stuff, and they're good people though. Like the people who you go there. It's like one of those things where people are like, they're like Buddhists. They have this belief, and then they have the vegan stuff. So these aren't people who are, this isn't like going to the Rhineland. No, I shouldn't say that. What do you want?
What do you want?
We're out of fondue!
We will make you believe.
No soup for you! It's like, it's not like that.
No.
Like a good old American, German, British yell at people and scream. It's more like,
very
that's
calm.
not meat.
Yes, yeah.
It is tasty.
We are one with nature.
Yeah, they're nice. They're peaceful. They're like,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
They're not your garden variety Baptist. Oops, I've just ticked off the Baptist now.
No more bread for the fondue. You will not have any.
Is that cheese on your plate?
Yes, exactly.
You go sit in the corner.
You're done with dinner. Now strudel.
Now strudel. Yes. Is this? I'm digging myself. I'm digging myself even.
I know. No, I was just thinking. You and I should open a Hogan's Heroes themed German restaurant.
Ooh.
Called Schultz's.
Schultz's. Yeah, I love it. Oh gosh, and every waiter is dressed like LeBeau. Yeah. Oh, and I love it. And the maitre d' is Clink. Yes, table 7's ready.
With the monocle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And back there, you look in the back, and there's like, oh my gosh, there's the kitchen. There's there's Kent. She's back there, and then oh yeah, this is great. I love it.
Yeah. You bring a coffee pot to the table for dessert. It's like the coffee pot's ringing. You pick it up. Oh, there's a phone radio in here. Look at that.
And over in the corner, there's a barrel that the little telescope rises up out of it. Because it's security. You want to make sure there's security there.
I love it because it's like, who even? I mean, that show's not even on. Like, it's like we saw it in rerun, and then it was like on Nick at Night for the last. Yeah, previous generation.
Nick at Night in TV Land.
Yeah, it would be like, kids would be like, my kid would be like, what is this Hogan's Heroes German restaurant? What is it?
Schultz's.
We're going to Stalag 13. The strudel is amazing.
Yeah, there's actually one section of the restaurant, like with a number of tables called Stalag 13 down there. And I got an idea even better. The kitchen is downstairs out of the site where they're all hanging out at. And so when the order's ready, they hit the bed and up at top. I just strudel. Oh, strudel. You know, and they're like, oh my God, I just got the bill. It's so high. I see nothing. Yeah, love it.
Oh my gosh. So that's what we should do. I mean, because the Rhinelander, which was the big big German restaurant, that's actually they knocked it down. They're building condos.
There's Gustav still. His side, you know.
But that's just what we need, a good
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my...
There was this old show on the local KOIN CBS, and they usually 200 guys, but they'd also have a cooking segment on
Hunter guys?
Yeah,
really?
It's called like Northwest Hunter back in the day. You may have to look that up. There's two guys. One time they showed up at the Rhinelander, and their special guest was Horst... What was his name? Horstmager, yes.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life.
He did a lot of TV.
I was just flicking it around, and there it's on, and I had to see this, you know, because they break out halfway through. They break out the Manischewitz.
Oh yeah.
And he's over there. He goes, "Would you like more?" And I loved it. I just thought it was great, you know. Oh, strudel. You know, that's just.
Yeah. That's actually that was our Christmas. Christmas that came early as a gift. The Christmas, the little. Well, there's multiple Christmases. You know?
Sure.
The American family.
You know, there's of course Hanukkah.
Yeah, well, we don't do. We're
Kwanzaa now.
You know, I mean,
but Christmas, right?
We did that on our very last show.
Yeah,
Hanukkah had just ended.
Day after, yeah.
That's right, because Doc Housel was celebrating Hanukkah. And I remember because on Instagram and social media. And Anyway, with those, I dig the the lights, the
Festival of Lights. I like it. Yeah,
you like the menorah, right? Is that what it's called? Yep. But no, ours was it was Gustav's. It was takeout from Gustav's.
Excellent, yeah.
So there you go.
Gotcha.
With fondue. My daughter still likes the fondue and the cheese.
Fondue's good stuff.
So I pretty much just sat there.
Yeah. In Lederhosen?
No, because that's not
Lederhosen.
vegan. So I was just like. But anyway, no, fondue is good. It's just, it's just like I don't do it.
Couldn't we get you like pleather Lederhosen? That's not
could.
actual, you know?
But anyway, we could get lots of pleather things.
Yeah.
That kind of goes back to that video I sent you last night.
Yeah.
That was back in my pleather days. Or something. Or Lederhosen, if you know what I mean.
Lederhosen. Vinyl.
Yeah. Trailing off.
So, are you recouped from New Year's and stuff? Are you back to? Are you still kind of working it out?
No,
I still am. I'm not all the way back yet.
It was not a good holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was good. The actual couple family get-togethers, but then there's the aftermath, and I don't want to get into it. There's the aftermath of that.
Did you get any good Christmas gifts? And then there
I got
was
a gift
radio
certificate
silence.
for car washes.
Okay.
Dude, seriously, I'm the Charlie Brown of the world, man. I'm like, if I went trick-or-treating,
you'd get rocked.
The sheriff would be at the door going, excuse me.
You got some competition.
Sure.
You got some competition.
Yeah.
Buddha, 1 year, and I this is 100%.
No, this isn't the real Buddha.
This is our Buddha, yeah.
Richard.
And 1 year, his family gathered for Christmas. You know, he got aunts and uncles and everything, and he got a present. And it is truth is stranger than fiction. He got for a Christmas present. He got ketchup.
Yeah.
I'll repeat that again. He got ketchup.
Yes.
And so he calls me up, and he says, Jason, what are you doing? Nothing. What are you doing? Yeah, we just had our Christmas thing here. Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I got ketchup.
Yeah.
I said, you got You got what? Ketchup. I go, yeah? And he goes, yeah. He goes, it kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, well, I bet. You know, you get condiments for Christmas.
I don't know, man, you know?
You know, so...
Ketchup or car wash? I don't know.
Yeah, me and a friend of mine, we said, Rich, you can't take this lying down. We're going to help you out. So we showed up over there. His family is still there. We showed up with buns and hamburger.
Oh, wow.
And I said, Rich, we are going to cook up your present right now.
Wow. There you go.
And they didn't like that too much. Rich liked it, though. He thought it was great, you know. I read buns and chips and everything. Rich, we're going to cook up your present, man. We're going to, you know. So he did that. I did get a present this year, though.
Yeah,
I did. I got. It's still. It didn't get to me by Christmas.
That's okay.
The Alexa.
Oh yeah, you got one.
I get one. Yeah,
nice.
It's.
You can only set thumbs up or down for a song playing on a custom radio station.
You got it, babe.
There you go.
So yeah, I guess
she's excited about your
right. She'll have someone to talk to.
Sister.
You know, and
you can actually a tech note.
Yeah.
You can call with it, you know?
Yeah.
So two people with an Alexa
go back
can
and
call
forth.
each other.
Yeah. It's like why? It's like 21st.
I can't play the last song again on iHeartRadio Live.
It's okay. I understand. So I'm gonna do that. Can you change the voice of Alexa though? Can you like give her like some sultry sort of?
I think
Aretha Franklin sort of voice, maybe
I think
Billie Holiday.
Everything's possible, but you're more digging into the, as they call it, the software development kit.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So I don't think you can out of the box. I think that's the voice
right
that you get.
Okay.
But I know because when I had Siri and all that stuff, I always change it to the most British. You know, hello, how may I help you? You know,
was it upper crust or Cockney?
Actually,
good morning, Governor.
I sometimes end up with Australia because it's more thick. You know,
hey mate.
I just no, but it's usually a woman.
Shrimp on the bottom.
It's pretty much like I want my devices to sound like Moneypenny. You know, Moneypenny.
Right.
Hello, James.
Right. Wake up.
Yeah.
It is Friday. Time for the curmudgeons.
The old man is in, James.
Remember.
Thank you, Moneypenny.
Remember your socks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ms. Moneypenny.
Exactly. That's I want that. So my Siri, I would always change it, and then what I thought was cool when I first got Siri is I just changed it to German, because then it would be like, yeah,
job.
Was ist das?
You can wake up now.
Siri, mach mir eine, you know. Anyway, yeah,
it's like, jawohl.
That'd be great. That would be great if you could do some Hogan's Heroes stuff in the
Wait a minute, Doc.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway,
I like the Schultz's restaurant
socks,
thing.
Yeah,
though.
socks, and man, I don't know. This holiday, I just wanted to kind of be over. I mean, in general, it was kind of you know, just I was like, yeah, and the whole thing. I was just telling you earlier, last night as I was doing stuff. I heard Dave Chappelle dropped his like end of year holiday stuff, and he does, and it's controversial. You know, some people compare him to the greats, and I kind of there too. And he basically in his show, I would say controversial. There's some stuff that I don't agree with him talking about, and he addresses it too.
Yeah,
you know, but anyway, but
you
know, mostly, and he talks about a thing about the year and all of that, and just everything that goes on, and you know,
I think the one thing I like about Chappelle the most is he is fearless.
Yeah, no, he is.
And some comedians, they'll get right up to the precipice of it, and they'll kind of, I don't want to piss anyone off, so I'll just kind of.
No, he actually.
He just goes full bore, and that's someone.
I'm so out of it. I can't remember what my point. There was a point there that it was like about just getting through the holidays and stuff. Oh, yeah. He was talking about the whole. Capitalism, how that works. And then I saw this video. This is really on a tangent. It's not Dave Chappelle. It was this video, and this guy It's something religious, kind of. And I don't
not the
watch
Supreme Master?
No.
Okay.
The guy mentions Jesus in there, but he mentions Buddha in there too.
Okay.
So I don't know who this guy is. But it was a very interesting video. And it was about the psychology, and there was stuff I think about Buddhism in there, about this psychology of the ghosts. Like you're always feeding the ghost. I thought that was interesting because the way I kind of have seen the holidays in the past and all that is you're always feeding, working, shopping, doing this rat race like we do here in the United States, and then we don't pay attention to stuff that's not right in front of our faces, like presidential elections or other political policy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when you're done working.
Yeah.
What do? Turn on the Kardashians or the who's getting on the island or who's the fiance or whatever.
Right.
The lowest common denominator. I'm sorry. Check your heart. There's better things to edify yourself. And it used to be like, oh, I'm too tired to think or whatever. You know what? You're never too tired to think. If you're too tired to think, then you need to make adjustments.
No, I hear you. The best analogy of that I've ever heard is actually it was addressed by Dickens back in 1840. And Marley's sitting there, and it's like, oh, but you were always good at business, and and he's like, business, mankind should have been my business, patience, charity, forbearance should have been my,
And this is I think this was a heck of a reflective year.
I think so
2017. Too. And so basically, in the past, I remember you like do all this stuff, and then you just like wait for that time. You could just take that week or two, or if you save it all up, just so you could be there for a couple weeks to be with your family, your kids, whatever, And that's what you were working. You were just like, oh, and then just the sheen of all the stress.
Yeah.
And it takes days to get into that holiday mode, to just be like, okay, I'm not thinking about phone calls. I'm not thinking about clients, customers. I'm not thinking about all that stuff. And this is kind of what we were into. So I saw this video about this thing about that you're feeding the ghost. It's some sort of Buddhism thing. I don't know. But
I get
that
you.
really spoke to me.
Yeah.
And then the reason I was thinking about Chappelle is because he talks about, he does a big final show, Washington, D.C. on big stage. Then he does this thing at the Comedy Club, really intimate, where he's not as funny, but he just gets down into real things that happened in his life and his observations, what he thinks about what's going on and how bad things are.
Yeah.
And he talks about this book called Pimp, which was written like in the 50s or something like that, I want to say. And he said he read this book and he tells a story about it. And he basically equates that to what happens in Hollywood. The whole thing, it's like the whole, like, I'm willing to do this because I've got to get the money back or whatever it is, and those power dynamics and stuff. And he just, in his way, he's making this point of, we need to use this as an investigation to change this whole thing. And this little video, which was a whole kind of a Buddhist kind of a, like, it was just something on Facebook, and I watched it and I was like, this is pretty good. I don't even know who posted it. Somebody on my feed was like, that was pretty good. And then there was the one where they were taking the ATV or whatever not ATV, the little light rail flyer.
Sure.
The light, the ultralight flyer.
Yeah.
Where they have like a, and I don't know how I feel about those things because, engine goes out or whatever, but it's kind of a glider or whatever.
Yeah.
And the people are gliding and there's geese flying around right next to them.
Oh, wow.
I posted that on my feed. And I said, Self, and I said this in the feed, I said, this, rather than us sitting here and fighting, like, so you work all day and then you come home and start fighting on Facebook and watching the Kardashian. What? These were my thoughts over the holidays. And I saw that and I said, rather than us fighting and doing all this stuff, we should use our technology like these guys flying around, and he takes people on this thing, and you can even touch, like a goose is just flying along, and they're flying with him, and like you could even like touch the goose in flight, like. And And it was just fascinating.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that's just showing your world that you were born into. This is your world. Here it is. Here's the wonders of the world. You know, and it just changes your perspective and your mentality. Yep. As a kid, I had that because we were hiking, climbing, foresting. You know, you'd come out and you'd hike somewhere, and then you'd go out and here's this valley with it, you know. Yeah. And that's a privilege. I mean, every kid, every person should have that experience, and they don't. Right. Then you get to be an adult, and all that stuff goes away. Yeah. And you become this whatever. It's basically this machine.
Yeah, you know, to be brutally honest, I can't remember the last time I could say that I was actually in the Christmas spirit. I mean, yeah, I like Christmas.
Well, like I said, this year I found it tough.
But there's
and so I was kind of not really actively meditating. Maybe I should have kind of in a Darth Vader meditative state, kind of like a dark side of the Force,
right?
Light side of the Force, dark light, dark. Yeah. It's all the Force. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's all the Force. The Force is out there. That's what we learn from the Star Wars, even the new one. This is what people are having problems with. Yeah. The Force exists. It's not you. It's the Force. Yeah. How you interact, how you apply into the Force, that's more the issue than you walking around going, I'm a Jedi with the lightsaber. I'm a dark Sith. No. The Force.
Right.
Now you come into that, right? That's and I think that's part of the reason in fandom that they're having problems with this new Last Jedi movie because it has that vibe to it. Like, guys, you forget the point here. Yeah, you all got like wound up with Jedi Knights and doing things and building worlds and doing stuff that they're trying to say. You know, so I don't know.
Right.
And then, we have a capitalist in chief. You know.
Yeah.
Who, you know, with business dealings. So I don't know.
No, it's hard.
Happy 2018.
No, it's hard though because
I'm making no sense.
Christmas is
2018.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, Christmas though to us now has turned in, at least as an adult, it has turned into on many different levels, totally different. I mean, I've quit thinking about what Christmas means, you know, even what it means, right? Let alone, you know, all the trappings and wrapping paper of it. I'm now to the point where I try to just make sure that my kids have a good Christmas, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
But I'll be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I was totally in the Christmas spirit, though. I mean, and I think a large part of people have become just disconnected.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of what religion you practice, even if you practice religion at all, there was still the golden rule. Even at Christmas, it was beyond that. It was at a human level. Yeah. Be kind. Just, you know, you can be a Richard, but don't be a dick, right? And that is kind of over, I'd say, mid to late 20th century, now into the 21st century, has has become less and less and less a priority, you know?
Yeah, it's like you're gonna feed, like they have that thing with the like I'm saying with the Buddhist thing, where you're just like gonna feed that need, and that's the whole thing. You mentioned that's real good, because what happens is when you then have the kids and the wife and everything, and then you're really working for it, and then you're like really in the system and all that, and. You know, a lot of people go, "Hey, this is good. It's progress. It's the economy. It's like we always worry about." You know, again, back to the like the Star Wars comes out, right? Well, that's a big business. It's Disney, sure, we know that. Okay. But as a fan, you're supposed to, hey, new movie. And when a new movie comes out, you're supposed to go, new movie. I want to go see it. I want to get my popcorn.
Oh yeah.
Get my soda.
Yeah.
and have a good time, right?
It's the experience, yeah.
And maybe you're a fan of Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever, right? Or whatever the movies are.
Yeah, plug in your own movie.
Fast and Furious, whatever. You know, they make whatever movies, especially that they make a lot of. So you get excited. Can't wait to see the next one. Popcorn, and that's just an experience. Makes you happy. And you know, the whole thing is, it's so bad that what do we talk about with these movies like Blockbuster? Like, oh, a new Star Wars is coming out.
Yeah.
How much money did it make this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
Do you going to see the movie? Are you getting a piece of that money?
No.
Because no, you're not. You're not. You're not seeing any piece of the movie. The only people who care about how well it did are maybe the people who work for Lucasfilm and Disney, who are getting a paycheck based on that product. Okay, but that's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Last Jedi, by the way, made $1 billion.
Right.
About $1 billion. So.
But you're right. It's all about
who
that.
Who cares, though?
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It stops being what pleasure did you derive from watching the movie. You know?
Oh, there's no pleasure.
Yeah.
Like now, this is like, and I get it. You know, with the stuff like the Star Wars, it's like some fans I hate it, some fans I love it. Right. Whatever. Right. All these Marvel, all this stuff. Right. But then they're like, oh, but it only made this much in the first weekend. But it made this much. Who cares?
Yeah.
That doesn't. And that's supposed to be art, but it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, I was kind of in that mood.
Yeah.
The whole time.
We see that was the homily of, believe it or not, that was the homily of Pope Francis this year, and he was.
Shoot.
And that was, you know, don't derive your pleasures from just surface cosmetic things. There's a deeper, you know, whether you choose to believe whatever you believe, whatever religion, whatever, you know, how you view the world and how you conduct yourself in the world, you know. And so when you get a chance, look up the homily from this year.
Yeah.
It was a good one. And but no, I get your meaning about Christmas though, and even even in New Year's, because let me ask you a question, and this is going to be a rhetorical question for everyone out there watching right now. Is when it was, let's say 9 p.m. Let's say that 9 p.m. on New Year's Eve, and you're either at a party or maybe you're home with a family or whatever, right? When you look at knowing that you were 3 hours away from a brand new year and what's to come over the next year, what is that feeling you feel? Do you feel excited that, you know, wow, a new year's coming on? Yeah, the bad, you know, 2017 sucked, but 18 it's a brand new. Or do you get that feeling of, well, here we go again? You know, we got through 2017. I'm not real excited about 2018. Look what's going on now. What did you feel?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, you know, each one of you out there has to answer that for yourselves. But was it hopeful? Was it grudgingly like, all right, I'll get through. Let's just get through this, you know. I mean, yeah. You ask yourself where you're at, you know, and how you feel about the coming year and what it means to you. So
yeah, I
did. I reflected on it, and you know, and I was, you know, I got to be honest with you. I'm there's always a streak in me that is hopeful. Thing, you know,
right.
But there's another part of me, man. You know, things just, things are just, you know, and I don't mean things in my life personally. I just mean the general, what's going on generally in the world. So I don't know, because I saw a lot of that. I'd pop on. I think I popped on once on New Year's Eve just to wish everyone a, you know, Happy New Year. And I some of the posts I saw were just generally not happy. People, you know, like, oh god, 2017 was sucked. I hope it's better in 2018, but I'm not holding my breath. You know, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of got from it. And I just, wow, there's a whole.
This is supposed to be like the renewal. This is like supposed to be the.
No, yeah, this,
you know?
Yeah, right. This is the solstice. You know, we are now at that point. We can start building up, you know, towards spring and summer and all that stuff. And
Yeah, you just gotta go. I should show you a little bit.
This is a depressing show today. It's a Friday too. And you're like,
well, yeah. I was just looking in my feed to see if I was posting those depressing things. No, I wasn't. But I noticed that one thing I noticed about you. You were pretty quiet on the social media.
I was.
Holidays.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, and of course my first reaction is, I hope you're okay.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know. But then I thought, you're okay, but you're quiet on the social media. Like you're like, I'm gonna get off of here for a while, and that's good. I think that's real good, especially the Facebook.
Yeah, I did. You know.
Yeah.
I just felt that. You know,
Anyway.
Doesn't mean I don't love you all.
No, that's fine. No, I think it's good. I think it's really good. I think I'm starting to, you know, me being like a technologist and all this stuff, and I was like the social, when the social web came out in the early days, I was like, rah, this is great. And it is great. The tools are great. There are great things that are happening that you can do, the tools just at your fingertips. But they've gone awry. And again, like everything, I don't think it's ever the tool. I think it's the society and what we do with it, and I think that's what we're talking about. The whole thing is like if you're striving, and then you know, then you're if you have something that amplifies that, you're going to amplify that behavior.
Right. Totally agree.
So
yes. This philosophical moment brought to you by...
I mean, I don't know.
No,
I have this... I swear I read this somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe it was in... I don't think it was this... I don't know what this thing is. I'm not going to look it up, but I should look it up because I watched this thing. It was just out of the blue, like something that came up. I was like, I watched it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, well, what's this guy's deal? And then it was like, oh, no, I'm digging what he's saying. This is like, you know... And then he throws in a little, well, Jesus said this and Buddha said this and all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that's fair enough. That's cool. I mean, you know, when people are like, start like, especially the, you know, the fire and brimstone folks with the Jesus this and Jesus that.
Yeah.
You get me tuning out, man. Because that ain't it. That ain't it, folks.
Right.
Like what was it, about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Around this time, the holidays, I was down at Pioneer Courthouse Square, and here comes a car. It says the end of the world is coming, and it had a date. It was like February something, 20 freaking 14 or 13 or 15 or whatever it was.
It's the end.
It's 2018 right now. You know, it's like, you know, you're like thinking about this person's mentality who's got this car with all this stuff around it. I think I took a picture of it. And posted it, and you're like, what's your mentality, bro? You know, I mean, there are people, I guess, whose lives, like, that's just what they're working toward. Like, they're working so hard to the end of the world. It's like, wow, that's not how it works.
Right.
The apocalypse is not, you know, it's like it's the Luke Skywalker quote from the new Star Wars. This is not gonna go the way you think. Bro.
Bro. Yeah.
But anyway,
do you remember the hubbub that was going on?
This is why I posted the thing with the people flying and the the stuff, which I have here, which I might share a little bit.
Yeah. Do you remember the hubbub though? A few years ago about remember the end of the Mayan calendar?
Oh yeah. Well, this is
end of the world and all this stuff. And what does it mean? And I remember someone saying, "Hey, Jason, you know, end of the Mayan calendar. What does it mean?" And I said, "Well, you know, is the world going to end? No. Well, that's what it said. Yeah, did the Mayans predict their own downfall? Because if they, you know, I didn't see anything on that. You know.
Well, the other thing too is it's as we used to call somebody, a teacher or something used to always say, or some wiser old person in my life always would say, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, but speaking of the apocalypse,
there's a segue. Speaking of the apocalypse.
I know New York's in crisis, but we here are in crisis. Day 3, Oregon gas pumping crisis, 30%.
Right.
This was a great meme. I don't know if you can see it here. There's comments here. 37% of vehicles inoperable after filling up with green gas. So, yeah, that was cute. And there's a kind of a hip gal with tattoos there, too. And so what happened there is the January 1st law went into effect, which allows rural counties...
between the hours of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.,
to pump their own
gas. So if you're in, you're in a small town or something and there's no gas tenants, you feel free to get out and pump your gas. It's cool. But when I saw this, everyone's like freaking out. Oh my God, pump your gas.
No.
And then
it made the national news.
Yeah, and then it suddenly occurred to me, this actually affects practically nobody.
Yeah.
Unless you're off in Jefferson County somewhere at 3 in the morning, you're going to pump your gas. This isn't really going to affect you much, And so,
well, if you ever have to be there late at night and have to get some gas, and you're like, oh, there's no closed, right? It's like, because you go, it's like Washington or I've done this so many times. If I've gone to Washington or drive, and you're in Oregon with the plate. Just there's the car. There's the driver sitting in the car.
You're waiting for someone to pump.
Waiting for something to happen. It's like,
I think you're supposed to do it. Ooh.
It's like,
I
gotta, but I've done that myself where it's like.
I get excited though.
Sweet,
I get to pump my own gas. This is cool,
California once.
Yeah.
The rental car, it's like.
You're just sitting there. Waiting for people looking at you and so like, what's this guy doing, man?
Yeah.
5 minutes later, it's like, get around it.
Golly, I gotta put my own gas here? Right. We don't do that. Oh, we got a gas station. I'll just go see Goober.
Right. Golly.
Goober pumps my gas for me.
Yeah. But man, they seem slow here. How come are they busy? I don't know. What's going Meanwhile, the housewife in front of you is bumping the minivan, putting gas and giving you a look like, are you just going to sit in your car? Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's so that made national ridicule news.
Yeah.
Oh, those dumb Portlanders. Along with, first, we're talking about stuff closing. There's another, the original taco house.
Oh, that closed. That hit me.
Closed.
I'm glad I went there last month.
Yeah.
And I went there and had a meal, and then of course I had to do the deep fried ice cream because you're at the taco house, deep fried ice cream. And then when I saw that online that they closed, they're closing both of them. That just
and the deal with this was the original taco house.
Yeah.
I can't think of was it 1964, 63, something in there, early 60s. This place opened.
Yeah.
By this family.
Then they opened the second one.
Yeah.
And
white people, family restaurateurs. They would go vacation in Mexico, and they came back and they appropriated menus. It was tacos and stuff like that. What not I don't even think
Americanized.
Tacos,
giant burrito,
tostadas,
all
that stuff.
Yeah,
that everyone knows that's American cuisine now, just like Chow Mein and stuff. It's like stuff you take for granted. But in Portland, Portland was kind of people forget Portland was a backwater kind of place, and it kind of gave us a quirky, cool thing that was supposed to be cool that got sort of twisted into this Portlandia hipster idea, which is not.
You're right.
It's really not. That's not quite the way. But anyway, but then there's a lot of problems that came with that. It's complicated. We can get into that in another show. But anyway, so this taco house was like, and people don't think, well, what do you mean? What about Taco Bell? What about no? There wasn't a Taco Bell. There wasn't a nothing. It was like, golly, we're gonna get some Mexican food because I normally go get Kentucky Fried Chicken,
right?
But Colonel's or at that McDonald's. But today I'm going to get something called a taco.
That's right.
I mean, we were backwoods.
Honey, it's here. It says burrito.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the original taco house. Yeah.
So they closed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of old restaurants, and maybe some of these things are closed. Although I think the pressure for development is what's causing it. I mean, you can't tell me that you can't go in there and step it up, or maybe nobody cares about the old places. I went there a few times in recent times. I was able to do it non-meat and dairy. They were totally cool. They tried to, I don't know. They closed.
Yeah, I remember when I went in last month. They did have some veggie options.
Yeah.
And,
well, you kind of have to in 2018.
Right. But it bummed me out. And then the news about Sears and stuff.
Oh.
Ugh. They announced.
Well, that's been a slow
burn. Yeah.
Bleed burn.
Yeah, they're going to close 100 and some odd.
Yeah, that's been.
And like 14,000 employees or something like that. And I was like, oh my god.
So you see, after the tax bill passed, AT&T gave everyone $1,000 bonuses, but then the next article the next day was they laid off 14 something 1,000 people or something. It was like, great.
You get what a Christmas present. You get your bonus and a pink slip all in the one present, right?
Oh, that happens. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess Portland, even with we still don't pump our own gas here in Portland and Multnomah County. That's not part of the law.
Nope.
It's outside.
Yeah, I don't think it's even Clackamas County.
I don't think so. I don't think it's the metro area.
Yeah, it's like Eastern Oregon and Southern
If you're
Oregon.
not from here, the metro area is Multnomah, Clackamas,
and Washington
counties, which pretty much encompass the large greater metro area of Portland. But people still want to move to Portland because this was a good story that I thought. Turns out that the boom in Portland is so bad that even rats are jumping on planes and moving to Portland.
Yeah.
You see this? LA Times.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rat boards flight at Oakland Airport forces cancellation. Alaska Airlines is calling it an exterminator after the company says a rat boarded one of its planes at Oakland International Airport in California and forced it to cancel a flight to Portland, Oregon to PDX. This was the Oak to PDX run. I've been on it before. It's very popular Alaska Airlines flight. Yeah. So apparently the people are boarding on the, what do they call it? The gangway? Is that what they call it? Whatever. Whatever. Maybe not gang. The gangplank.
Gangplank. They're walking the plank.
Death or flight. Death or flight. Or TSA. Anyway, and here comes this rat onto the plane.
Well, he's just trying to be a tourist. He's just trying to get there and do his thing.
No, hipster. Rat was probably had a Four Loko and is in some classes and a goatee. It's like, dude, I'm moving to Portland. This is awesome.
P-Town, here I come. Yeah,
I did. You have a friend, Betty. I mean, we brought up, and she said, well, I'm surprised that didn't happen in New York at LaGuardia or something. That a rat boards a plane. I go, yeah, but if it was a rat at LaGuardia in New York, it would be dragging a slice of pizza with it. You know what I mean?
Right. I can't imagine at JFK, but I can't imagine at LaGuardia.
Yeah.
Here comes the rat. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
But it's a true story.
He's looking.
Grounded the plane.
Yeah. Although I did get something that was very Portland.
Yes.
Over the holiday.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I did. I learned that there's another increase in the rent. And, and it's now getting to be where it's just, wow.
Well, that's
wow.
That's the crazy of it.
Yeah.
That is the...
I won't tell you how much it was, not on the air, but let's just say it was a significant bump.
Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem. Yeah. So we should open up our Hogan's Heroes themed German restaurant.
Schultz's.
Schultz's.
In my mind, since we've been talking, man, I've already laid down a whole campaign, advertising campaign for it. Schultz's.
I'm not. Yeah, I got some other. We already were depressing the first hour, sort of. I'm not trying to be depressing, but kind of like talking about all this stuff and consumerism, and now we're talking about rent hikes, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. I'm not going to bring up a couple of the articles that I came up with. I'm trying to make it positive, but speaking of consumerism, so what's been going on? It's like football season.
Yeah.
And now we got the big football because our friend, Curmudgeon Steve, Crimson Tide.
Alabama, yep.
That's this weekend, right?
Monday.
Oh, it's Monday.
Monday is going to be the game.
I thought it was this weekend.
It's going to be.
I think it was this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be all SEC battle. It's going to be Alabama and Georgia.
What's the Georgia team's name?
They're the Bulldogs.
Ah, the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Crimson Tide.
Go Crimson Tide. Roll Tide Roll.
Roll Tide Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Dogs. The Bulldogs.
Yeah, and as much
Who's
as
going to win?
Ooh. I like Georgia. They got a great running game.
Yeah.
They have a true freshman quarterback, and the kid's playing like lights out ball. Jake Fromm.
Lights out ball.
Lights out ball, man. He's
what the hell is that?
He's playing lights out ball. He's playing good, and he's a freshman. I mean, think about it. This time last year, he was senior in high school. Now he's on the biggest stage, in college football, playing for the Natty. And but I gotta believe, and I think Alabama's gonna win. Saban, they've been to the dance before. This is not new. It is new to Georgia. Georgia hasn't been there in years and years and years and decades. I gotta believe that Saban is going to have those guys ready to go, and I think it's probably going to go to Alabama if I had to make my choice. Although I do like Georgia. They have a ton of talent.
Who's the favorite? Alabama?
Probably, yeah. Probably. They got to be the Vegas favor right now.
Right.
Alabama's a ton of talent. They've got a great running game between Chubb and the other guy.
Chubb?
His last name's Chubb.
Okay.
And they got a good defense. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a good game. I got to give the nod to Alabama, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
they'd be a favorite, right?
They took out Clemson, and they took out Clemson handily. And
what's Clemson's name?
They're the Tigers, Clemson Tigers, and they were number one. They were the number one seed, man. They were. Most people like, Alabama's good, but I think we're going to give the nod to Clemson, and Alabama went in there and just, dismantled them. And so that's what makes me think Georgia. In order for Georgia to win, they're going to have to play their A game all 4 quarters. And I don't know if they've got that in them at this time, because it was a huge slugfest. Georgia, help me out here, folks. It was Georgia and Oklahoma. It was in the semifinals, and it was 2 overtimes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so they really.
So is this was something that happened over the holidays?
Yeah, this last weekend was New Year's Day was the.
Yeah, there's a big bowl, Cotton Bowl. Is that what? No.
There was. Let's see. This year it was the Rose Bowl and.
Rose Bowl. That's Pasadena, right? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's UCLA.
What's the one in Arizona?
That is Fiesta Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl.
There was a Fiesta Bowl.
I went down there once.
Orange Bowl.
I ended up not going to the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, Cotton Bowl, Sugar Bowl.
I'm not a big American football guy. I've watched the Super Bowl sometimes. Like if I go to a Super Bowl party, I'll watch it.
Sure. Sure.
But I'm not a big American football guy, and I have not kept up on my sports. See, I should have gone sports because there were big soccer games.
What are you talking about? Before every show here, you're up on the chair doing the Newt Rockney speech.
Yeah,
we're gonna go. Anyway,
which makes me think that I would be the best sportscaster in the world. Because just like this, I come in with a clean slate. It's like, what's their names?
Right.
But most sportscasters aren't even that good. But there's always those big bowls. New Year's.
Yeah, I believe this year was
Fiesta Bowl.
Where's
the Cotton Bowl? That's in the South.
Yeah, Cotton Bowl's in Texas.
Is it? Okay.
This year though, it was the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl.
The Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl this year was played in
I don't know how they do.
New Orleans in Superdome. And that was Georgia, Oklahoma. You had
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. I saw the news.
Yeah, And
So
double overtime, real back and forth, and then Georgia wins it, but it was a squeaker. And then Alabama against Clemson, they came in and they just tore Clemson up.
Has the football gotten a little more exciting? Because I remember when you used to be back in the day, you kind of watch football, and I do like soccer because I played soccer. I know soccer, so I just like the game. It's a rumble, kicking the goals. Hockey was the one I never got into, and it's not because I always thought hockey looked cool.
Yeah,
and it's just something that, and people would always be like, "We should go to the Winter Hawks." So it's like, yeah, I'd go, and then it never would happen. So I think I could have been a hockey fan, really. Because that's exciting, and then guys like, and I was like, no, I'm digging this. I wouldn't want to play it, but so hockey, but that's something I never got into.
Yeah,
American football I found slow. American baseball slow.
Oh yeah,
slower. And then there's basketball, which to me is like the game, like and really oftentimes you just like, dude, whatever. Right? Fourth quarter, bingo, turn it on. Like just this last week, there was a clincher game with the Golden State Warriors. What happens? Buzzer hits.
Right. Yeah.
Steph Curry, 3-pointer, boom,
beautiful.
Bam. Yeah, and you're like, okay, that's a sport. I mean, back especially, the back in the 70s.
Oh, sure.
As a kid, I got to see some of the big games with the big men. I mean, like the
Blazers. Yeah, they had Walton, Maurice Lucas, Bobby Gross, Dave Torzik,
you
Lionel
had like
Hollins.
people in the league like Dr. J.
Yeah.
You had Skyhook, Kareem.
Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and even into the 80s, you had Larry Bird,
Dave
Magic
Cowan,
Johnson.
but before then you had Dave Cowan. I mean, you had some like great guys, and then in the night, and then we got Michael Jordan,
right?
And you watch that, and you just like, even when he'd play against you and you'd lose the championship, you'd go, I can't say anything about that. This is a reason to watch sports, is to watch this guy play.
Dude,
this game.
he's Jordan.
He does float in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's how.
Nowadays, you sit there and you watch guys like Steph Curry, and you're just like open-jawed, like, wow, or LeBron James.
Oh, yeah. You look at these guys, and it's like,
Kyrie Irving.
There's no way that ball's going in that ball just went in the basket. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. So it's like, so I like that. And basketball, I think, out of all, would you agree, is the fastest moving game?
It is the fastest.
Maybe hockey.
Hockey's pretty good,
pretty
too.
fast because you got that puck that's going pretty fast. But
I grew up. I played football, coached football for a while.
You're a
so now I'm
guy.
more of a football thing. And the games, when they get up to be like the national championship, which I like that system they have now.
But it's different, right?
It's different
because now like Super Bowls and stuff come down to like the last minute. Like I remember watching Super Bowls in recent times and going, it's going to be boring or whatever. It's like, oh, no, we're at the last minute here.
Yeah.
And that's what you want from your sporting event. That's the entertainment value, right?
Right, yeah.
You want it, like if you watch the Indy 500 or something, you want the, dude, who's going to win,
You're tuning in the
Let's
last 30 minutes of the Indy 500. Just, where are they at,
Yeah. I mean, but that's what you want to watch sports. You want to see neck and neck. And I think a lot of leagues have tried to institute rules and refereeing and stuff because they know it's on TV. They got to like sell the game.
Right, yeah. But next Monday, watch the Alabama game because
I might have to.
As a college team, I mean, these guys are just good.
Yeah.
Saban has these guys down to they're not far. They're not that far off pro level.
They lost
one
game or something, I think.
Yeah, one game, and they barely squeaked in. There was even controversy about that because they thought Ohio State should have been number 4,
right?
Not Alabama. You just gave Alabama number 4 because it's Alabama. Well, Alabama's good, and they can't. I mean,
right?
And to justify that, they had the number 1 seed Clemson take on number 4 Alabama, and Alabama wiped the floor with them. It wasn't. First quarter it's like 17-0. And it's like, well.
So it's gonna be a good game.
It has the
gonna be a
potential.
good
It has the potential to be a good game. Yeah, Georgia's gonna have to bring it though. They're gonna really get.
And a bunch of coaches got fired too.
Oh, in the NFL, yeah, the usual round, and there's some controversy though, because there's now looking like John Gruden may come back and coach.
This is a guy who was, and I know a little bit about this because I listened to some sportsish reports.
Okay.
This is a guy who was sports commentator.
Yeah, after retiring,
making tons, retired.
Yeah,
doing sports commentating. Yeah. And now he's going to go back to coaching, which is usually not how that works.
No, not usually.
Usually you retire, you're actually less stress and more money as a commentator.
He's making like, for Monday Night Football, right? Just one show a week. Yeah. He was making like $5 million a year.
Yeah.
$5 million. Yeah. It's like, why would you ever want to leave that?
That's got to be an easier job.
Right.
Overall than head coach.
No, easily, yeah.
I mean, you gotta. I mean, you still got to do stuff. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's. But
Gruden's he's a competitor.
Yeah,
But
that's gonna happen, right?
Yeah,
it's a done deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, he played. It's not. He's being real cagey about it.
I'm hearing it's a done deal. But
I think it is too. They've even
sources tell me.
Word on the street.
Word on the street is that he's now. What team is he going to go to?
Oakland Raiders.
But that's not the Oakland Raiders.
Well, they are for another year.
Oh, they haven't moved yet.
No,
I did not know that.
In 2019, they'll be the Sin City Raiders, the Las Vegas. But
I thought that they already were.
No.
Las Vegas.
L.A. Chargers, of course, they moved to L.A. They were already playing in L.A. Okay. The L.A. Rams.
So it's still the Oakland Raiders for one more year.
One more year, yeah.
And then what are they going to be? What they haven't announced the name, have they?
Oh, the Raiders?
Or is it Las Vegas Raiders?
They'll be the Las Vegas Raiders. But a lot of people, their pet name for them, they call them the Sin City Raiders.
I liked your ideas for that.
But Gruden, though, I mean, he's a competitor, and they've even sweetened the deal. The rumor is they've sweetened the deal to offer him a part ownership stake.
Right. Well, that was the thing. That's what I heard. I mean, it's like, so this guy's like, how do you get a guy who's making $5 million
to step away and
every Monday night?
Yeah.
Talking about the football, right?
Yeah.
Doing the thing, doing the commentating.
Yeah.
Then going home, maybe catching up on things.
Yeah.
Monday night rolls around, $5 million, right?
Yeah.
How do you get him to come back to coach? Because that's a hands-on CEO job. You're like coaching. You've got how many coaches do they have on those teams? Because you got the offensive, the defensive, you got the assistants. There's a huge amount of people.
Sure, you got your head coach, your offense and defensive coordinators, and then you have your position coaches, secondary linebackers, offense, defensive line, quarterback coach, running back coach, special teams.
This is one of the confusing things for American football for me. It's just like this slew of coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball has a few.
Strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah. Whereas like soccer, basketball, it's like, I mean, basketball has like assistant coaches.
2 or 3. Yeah.
You have 2 or 3 assistant coaches. But it's always the main coach dude who's on the bench, wearing hopefully, bring back the plaid pants and the fancy
Dr. Jack Ramsey, man. Baby. Get in his blazer and his
that was a mainstay of 70s basketball.
He'd always be down on one knee.
Yeah. On the
sideline.
You should pull up a picture of
Dr. Jack, man.
Jack Ramsey, former championship coach of the Trailblazers in the 70s. It's back when they would wear these suits, and flare pants and all kinds of crazy patterns and stuff. I mean, it was the 70s, right?
Oh,
it was very fancy. You just be like, you come out and you go like, wow, salmon pink, and it's like
provocative.
Yeah, who dressed you, man?
Dr. Jack, yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? We need they need to make like a retro basketball movie or something, and just like into.
If we go to the vaults, if we go to the lodge and we get into the vaults, there is there is some footage of us from like the 70s doing the show in the 70s. When we had the blazer and the whatever. I mean.
Doc Normal has things to decorate the lodge with.
Mm-hmm.
Like signed, autographed Portland Trailblazers from 1976
Nice.
or 7 team photos and stuff signed by the players, signed by Bill Walton, actually.
Bill Walton.
I have his signature.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, and it's controversial because he was a jerk.
Walton, he's... Yeah.
And so what he did at the time is he signed it, but I think if you looked up Bill Walton's signature and you compared it, you'd go, that's not Bill Walton's signature. Somebody wrote that in. It's like, I sat there as a kid and watched him sign it. He did that on purpose. So that it was like, it is, I will tell you it was authentic. I was there. I was a little kid. I was like there watching him sign it. And I thought, what's this guy's deal?
Yes, Bill Walton. Yeah.
But yeah, that was Bill.
Great player.
He's a better guy today. I think he kind of became more of a...
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah, they're still kind of like, Walton's still somewhat Walton.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, he was out, he was one of the early Oregonians out there.
Right.
With the weed. And Keeping it green.
Yeah. We also, though, got spoiled in the 80s and early 90s, too, because Clyde Drexler was just the nicest guy.
90s, yeah.
Very, for like the franchise player, just a great guy.
That, to me, was some of the great...
the whole team was.
Yeah. That, to me, was some of the great Blazer teams was the 90s. And we'd watch every game. Like I said before, our neighbor was one of them.
Yeah.
And then he moved, of course. Once his contract was up, it was like, building a house, buy. Building a house, buying 3 Ferraris, I'm out of here. Right? But he was a nice guy. I mean, that sounds like he was a jerk, but he was a nice guy. Right. So I mean, these guys, that was a great team. And the thing is, that Blazer team was truly one of the best teams that has, like, if you think of the great teams of the NBA, that 90s Blazer team was like in the list.
It's up there. Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing. They didn't pull down a championship. They did get a Western Conference. Who were they up against? Detroit.
Yep.
Chicago with Jordan.
Yep.
The end of the Magic years with LA. I mean, these were not like... No, yeah. These were not San Antonio, I think. Or was it... even New York.
Utah Jazz, Karl Malone.
Utah Jazz and
John Stockton. Yeah.
I mean, it was not like an easy... And you had Barkley down in Phoenix, the Suns.
Phoenix Suns, when he came out after his run with the 76ers.
So this team, this Blazer team, people, if you go back and actually watch and look at the matchup, they were like that good, to win a championship, and they just came close. They just missed it against like a Jordan Chicago Bulls, which is like, there was one playoff game where they're playing the Bulls and Jordan just and the Blazers were neck and neck with the Bulls, and so Jordan just starts spouting off threes.
Yeah.
And then, like, you can look at the highlights. It's just like the guy would just walk out, he'd just stand on the 3 line and hit threes. And he was hot hand. He was like, just get the ball to Jordan.
Yep.
And it's like boom, 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 boom. And this is like a huge NBA highlight reel, like one of Jordan's big, like, games, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, decimated you by. It was not easy. It was like, no, we've got our great team here, and then we've got these guys who are like, even better matched up or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
A great matchup and Jordan, it was like...
Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, Paxton for a while.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, but
Bill Cartwright.
Those were some good those were some good times.
Good times.
But yeah, Bill Walton.
So, okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Over the holidays and New Year's, did you ever sit down with Doc Karnak and come out with any 2018 predictions?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not yet. So I think I would say I am not prepared to have the...
So we'll put it down in forthcoming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I think that's something, because we weren't even sure, to be honest, we weren't sure about 2018 there. Yeah. Because I don't think we were kind of like, are we going to are we going to go ahead and go this week, or we kind of enjoyed the vacation,
right?
But no, I haven't. But we need to put some thought to that, because people do predictions, they do resolutions. Do you do resolutions or no?
I quit a long time ago because I never stuck to them.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, they're stupid. See, we were talking about football. Robert Kraft, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick say they stand united. Oh, what's this? Oh, is this still the Colin Kaepernick thing?
No, no. There was talk that after the end of this year, since there's a lot of people's contracts are up, that the core of the team was going to split up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The Patriots.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Talking about the Chappelle's, but he goes into Colin Kaepernick, and it was like it was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's you just gotta watch that, and
I'll check
figure it out. It's so cold in Florida.
How cold is it?
It's so cold in Florida that iguanas are falling out of trees because it's cold and they're freezing.
Yep.
It's like 40 degrees or something. You remember iguanas? They're reptiles, cold-blooded. Yeah, so their systems are...
Before, all you had to worry about is coconuts.
Yeah.
Now you got iguanas falling out.
Well, this isn't the worst. Yeah. They actually had stuff in the 30s, in the earlier 2000s, like the freezing, and iguanas were dying. But I don't know. It's so weird about the iguanas in Florida, like Broward County and all this. Right. And I thought, are they indigenous? No. In the late 60s, like 66, apparently, I read this article. People have iguanas as pets. I know this gal who has pet iguanas. It's awesome. Iguanas are very interesting animals. And they folks, when you get pets for the kids or get a family pet or whatever, don't just go, hey, let's get an anaconda. Let's get an iguana. You get a puppy or a kitty, but every pet is different. So, like, iguanas aren't like a puppy or a kitty. They're very special. One thing, you got to get the live crickets.
Yep, and the sun lamp and everything.
You have to get the sun lamp because the iguanas like it warm. Yeah. And if if your house goes down to the 50s, your iguana's just going to be like passed out,
Right, yeah.
Stuff's not happening. So you got to be very careful. And there's all kinds of weird diseases and weird things and salmonella and all kinds of stuff you got to be careful with. And I know this because I knew an iguana lady. And so I met the iguana, I pet the iguana and stuff, and they're big. They got big tails, and they have real sharp claws. That's the only thing. Yeah. They're not mean or anything, really. Anyway. But the iguanas, so they were pets in 66 in Florida. So they're introduced to the environment. So they're kind of like, the way I read this article is they're kind of infestation. Because, the pets escape and all this stuff. And then so now by 2018, they got all these like indigenous, well, not indigenous, these iguanas running around like, I guess, Broward County and all these places. Yeah. And so now they're like in Tweez.
Tweez.
Down in Tweez. That wascaway iguana.
I'm hunting rabbits.
I'm hunting iguana.
This Elmer Fudd moment brought to you by...
It's just the word iguana, right? It just end up with
iguana.
Elmer Fudd. But anyway, and like people have problems like the county, the people who take care of the animals, animal control. They'll get calls from people. It's like, I got iguanas in my backyard. And everyone has a pool, right? Florida's a hot place, not today. And so they the iguanas will sit by the pool and do stuff, and so it's kind of I kind of get this sense that I didn't realize they got these iguanas running around down there in Florida, and they're kind of a pest. I mean, it's kind of like we have possums that run around here in our area. Possums. Well, possums aren't. They're from down under. The marsupials. Yeah. Marsupials did not evolve on this continent. No. But anyway, so that's the deal with the iguanas, and they're getting cold, so they've got alerts of what to do with the iguanas. But they have this thing about don't pick them up and move them, because when it gets warm, they'll wake up and they'll get scared, and they got claws and stuff. They're really not. hung out with iguanas. They weren't like
No.
violent or anything, but they do have sharp claws and stuff. So they said some dude once, like when it was really cold, rescued all the iguanas and put them in the car, and then warmed up the car. And as he was driving, then
They freaked out.
they woke up because it was warm. He probably had the heater on, and so it was like a whole bunch of iguanas in your back seat. And they're big, you know. They're big, like the tails. When the tails go,
Hey,
they're long, man.
if we get bored this weekend, can we head out?
Can we get an iguana?
Well, no, I was thinking we could head out in the NuzBox van.
Yeah.
And just pick up a bunch of iguanas and turn the heat on full blast and
Yeah.
see what happens. No?
I don't know, man.
Take them up to the lodge and turn the heat on high, and then there you go.
Huh.
That's right.
Anyway, I was just looking at the news headlines there. There's just there's some things that happened, you know, in the news and over the thing. I think the other thing that track it. Well, I mean, we have politic news, right?
Yeah, that
and
book,
you're getting
the
ready.
new book that came
you're
out.
getting ready for next week on the 10th, Turning Left.
Oh yeah, yep, we're back. I'm creating a brand new, same theme music, but all new graphic intro. Mm-hmm. A little shorter version.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we got new stuff. I'm working on stuff too. So I mean, like, you know, we did do this new lower third.
Sir Richard is rested and ready. He's raring to go.
Oh boy.
So
we got the new lower third here, which actually we debuted this new one for Turning Left the last time we did.
Yeah.
So we actually I have to get your new graphic.
Yeah.
Because then I have to put the new...
I made a square and a round graphic for it.
Yeah, I'm working on some new stuff, and we got to put some stuff on the TV and whatnot, too. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so this is like all our housekeeping for 2018. But yeah, the politics stuff, there's this whole big book. This book's coming out, or came out. Did it get released? They stepped up their release.
Yeah.
And it's real exciting. And it's all about the early days of the Trump White House. Michael Wolff is this guy's name. And Bannon.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm not sure why this is a big surprise to people, because wasn't it about, like back in December where Trump was already kind of dissing on Bannon?
A little bit, yeah.
You know? So this was a good thing, you know?
Mm.
And Bannon got Trump to do the Roy Moore thing. And, and everyone's like, I mean, well, the mainstream Republicans were like shaking their heads going, dude, no, not this guy. This guy's not a good look for us or whatever. And it's like, no. But anyway, and he lost. And and the great thing is there was a picture. I didn't pull it up, but there's a great picture of this Doug Jones guy being sworn in. Yeah, in between Star Trek Discovery and The Shape of Water. Different Doug Jones. Just kidding. That's Doug Jones, the actor.
Right.
Creature actor.
Not to be confused with
Doug Jones, the senator.
Right.
So anyway, so he gets sworn in by Pence.
Yeah.
Who's head
the VP
of the Senate.
Right.
The VP. He's a tiebreaker.
Yep.
By the way.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you have 50 senators.
Right.
Right? There's a tie. Vice President comes in, casts the vote, for those of you who don't remember your American history and stuff. So Pence swears the guy in, and there was a picture, apparently, on the internet. His son is openly gay. And he's giving Pence the side eye in the photograph, because they take a photograph. It's like, of course, you're the official photographer. Right. Put your hand on the Bible, swear in. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Or Doug the religious Jones, text of your choice. I think a couple of them have done the Quran. Have we had one?
Well, I know. I don't think we have any. I know Ellison is Muslim, but I think he's in the House. I don't think he's senator.
Somebody. Anyway, we'll look that up. That'll be a next week thing. But anyway, Lieberman though, Jewish. Right. So it would be the Torah, right?
Yeah, even Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, sure. So there you go. Again, religious text of your choice.
Yeah.
I got to think about that. Senator Normal.
Senator Normal.
Yeah. It'd be like
from the great state of
the collected works of Kurt Vonnegut or something. It's like this is something.
The complete works of Shakespeare. You put your hand on it.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. You know what? You know what I'd swear myself in on?
The full DVD set
See, if he says Star Trek. Yes, exactly. You were right with me.
That would be awesome.
In my mind.
Awesome.
It's like, what religious text you did? I kind of like the Star Trek The Vulcans. Like, can you just take my Blu-ray here? Just hold the Blu-ray up. Oh,
then you got Shatner holding the Bible,
Yeah.
That's great.
Why can't you just be sworn in on like DVD box set,
Why not?
What if it's like you're it's like I kind of identify with the Jedi, so I think the box set of Star Wars would be a good one. Could you put Yoda's face? Can I put my hand on Yoda's face?
You know what I do just to monkey with people? If I was ever elected in the Senate, I would swear on the Blu-ray version of The Big Lebowski and have Jeff Bridges. I'd have Jeff Bridges show up in his sweater. That would be great.
Yes,
and even Goodman's off to the side.
Yeah,
you are out of your element, Donnie.
Since I mentioned it, I'll pull it up here you can see it.
I'd get sworn in by the Big Lebowski, Jeffrey Lebowski.
Yes.
And in the background, maybe you'd have like the little Lebowski urban achievers back there and everything.
This is the Doug Jones, not the actor. Doug Jones, the senator.
Right.
Swear in. There's Pence and there's his son. Mm-hmm. Dude with the beard, like nice side eye, man. It's like,
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. He's giving Pence a stink eye.
You know what you need? We need like a. Well, no, I'm not gonna make that joke. I mean, it's a fine joke. It's just like something about Rastafarians and Jeff Sessions. I don't know.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So that was the other news. So anyway, we got that.
He gets sworn in by Ziggy Marley.
Yeah. So we had that, and then we have this thing. Of course, this guy, Attorney General. Who's, I don't know.
Jefferson Beauregard Sessions.
He's folks way before all this. Mm-hmm. I watched him as a senator. Believe me. No.
Yeah.
He's Alabama though, right?
He's Alabama.
So he'd be like he'd be rooting for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be smoking any funny things.
No.
Bad people.
People.
So anyway, so they're gonna they say he's we're gonna because so the big news, January, California went green.
Welcome to the club, California.
Welcome to the club, California. So the whole western states, like early Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, California. All green.
Yep. Even, off a little bit further. Colorado. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What about Nevada? No, huh?
I don't think so.
I think a lot of them have the medical stuff now. But that's almost just like a given. But he said like California's a big deal. Yeah. So he said, and you wonder why so many people are moving out west.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have legalized it in Oregon. No.
Quick.
We had again. Frankly, we had no choice.
Yeah, no.
We should have done it long ago. And actually, Oregon was originally, back in the 70s, I want to say, was originally one of the first. We had some sort of statute about personal, like if you had a certain amount. Yeah. Or it was I can't remember how it worked out, but
recreational under certain ounce.
Yeah, like if you're selling it and all that stuff, it's like you're gonna get busted and all that. But if you had it was like an ounce or something, it was one of the first of those laws.
Right.
So Sessions doesn't like any of this because the federal class 1, whatever, class 7, class 99 substance as dangerous as heroin and.
Yeah, he is just a
cocaine
guy that's
and everything.
Way up too tight. He's way uptight.
Every picture I see of him is like that. Like have you ever seen a picture of this guy where he's like, oh, nice smile on his face, like, hey, you know?
So he's looking pinched.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, he probably is pinched.
The school marmish sort of.
Maybe a little something to relax that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so apparently he says, oh, the feds are still gonna enforce this and go after, even doesn't matter. Yep. And of course, everyone's like, wow, so the party of states' rights, the people have spoken. The people have spoken. Let's not forget, the people have spoken.
Right. Hypocrisy, what's that?
Yeah. This democracy, a representative, and the people have spoken. Mm-hmm. And I'm all about that, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. That's Jefferson Beauregard Sessions for you.
Yeah, so we don't know how that's going to go. Yeah. And then there's Democrats coming out not wanting, so then they have the president that said he wouldn't, you know, in the camp, he told, like, in Colorado and stuff that he wouldn't, you know, the people have spoken.
Yeah.
That's what Trump said.
Yeah, he would respect the decision.
He'd respect the decision. Yeah. Obama had a... Obama.
Yeah.
Hawaii Obama.
Yeah. Hawaii.
He did inhale.
Oh, yeah.
The Obama administration, the Justice Department had a policy just hands off, like, look, it's legal there.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
But the whole thing that's driving this is incarceration of black people, private prisons. Go look it up. Go look it all up. You got to look this stuff up. This is like the bad, not America. Bad.
Yeah.
If you're an American that wakes up every day and thinks of the bad guys and the good guys, check your heart. You need to stop that. You need to, again, Dave Chappelle kind of like gets into some of this stuff too. Stop. Because your orientation is wrong. And I know nobody's going to listen because that's what we do. We fight and we don't care. But anyway, so you know that's kind of this is these kinds of things are good cash cows. You know, I mean we didn't have the same thing, but prohibition built up
there's a whole industry built off of
But the Democrats now are worried because he's doing this, and they're worried that will end up with him resigning or getting bumped off as Attorney General.
Right.
That wasn't the term I was looking for, but you get what I'm saying. Resigned or fired. Yeah. Fired by Trump. And so then the Democrats don't want that to happen because then that means that this is so convoluted. And this is where the politicians and politics, you just want to go, dude, just the people have spoken. End of story. Just stop this stuff. Yeah. So it's like this wagering thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to go after these states that are doing this. Yeah. And then Schumer, who wants him gone, is like, no, now we don't want him gone or something, because it's like if they do that, then Mueller goes or whatever. Yeah. Because then we can fire him. But wasn't the assistant attorney general the guy who
Dana Rosenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
sitting precariously too.
But he's not going to fire. No. He's not. No way.
No, it would have to end up being another Saturday Night Massacre where you have to fire until you find one person that the janitors and okay, I'll do it.
I bet you could just tell kids, we could probably play. You and I probably could have whack history class with kids in high school. It's like, the Nixon, the Saturday night. Oh no, he came in with a gun. Shot the first attorney general. Then he shot the first. Oh, really? Wow. Nixon was a bad guy, wasn't he? Right. No wonder he resigned. It's like. Right. No, it was a massacre.
Saturday Night Massacre. It was a Valentine's Day. Right. It was a Valentine's Day massacre. Yeah. And then,
I think there's a little more of Archibald Cox over here.
Can you please scrape up Archie from the corner?
But yeah, I mean...
but they said the Curmudgeons. They said it was a massacre.
Yeah, it was a Saturday Night Massacre. Well, it wasn't that kind of a massacre. It was a firing. It was hyperbole.
Yeah.
But anyway...
Wait till we talk about the Whiskey Rebellion. Oh man.
I've always wondered.
Okay.
I've always wondered because presidents have a lot of power.
Okay.
And the Senate, they have a lot of power and all that stuff.
Sure.
And it's like it's kind of like the House of Cards now that's not happening anymore.
Frank. Yeah.
Kevin Spacey. I always wondered, like, presidents and stuff. It's like, and you see these movies where it's like, I wonder if one of those presidents like just went out and murdered some rival or something, just like knocked him. I mean, Hamilton aside, okay?
Yeah.
Not to.
That's awesome.
You're
sitting around in the Oval Office,
not
getting
Hamilton, but not that whole thing.
Yeah, you hit the button. Gladys, get me no-nos Tommy in here. We're gonna have to rub somebody out,
No, I mean just like literally like by his own hand. I bet you it's. I don't know. It's like take care of it. It'd be like deep. I don't know, man.
So presidency turns into the Godfather.
Stuff.
Godfather,
Yeah. Well,
State of the Union, Americans, lend me your ears.
Look up YouTube videos about Stanley Kubrick. no, because if you go down and his daughter,
okay,
who's kind of out there, and I don't know, she's got some interesting things. She's kind of She actually was the one who's the little girl in 2001 when the dude calls his daughter from the space station. That's actually Stanley Kubrick's daughter. He had actually 3 daughters, I want to say. I think he had a son, if I remember right, or whatever. I can't remember. One was from a previous. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, he has this wife and daughters, and the one daughter, has said some things about. And she was like a filmmaker, documentary. She kind of went there, and then there was this rumor about what's her name? She was in Eyes Wide Shut.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Thank you. She and Tom Cruise. I believe when she and Tom Cruise were married, they were a couple. Then they were in Stanley Kubrick's last film, Eyes Wide Shut, and that movie has a whole subtext about power and corruption,
secret
societies and stuff. And she said, "Oh yeah, Stanley was all about that." And Stanley Kubrick, being Stanley Kubrick, who was a recognized. I mean, he was like, I would say I don't think he'd do like a Kim Jong-un Trump thing with the two of them. I would say he'd be up there in stature with like a Hitchcock or something.
Oh, sure.
Hitchcock being very powerful, direct, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Kubrick the same. And he apparently told people like Kidman. Now again, this has been rumors, but I've read that. I've seen some YouTube videos because then there's a whole conspiracy. That's so good about Kubrick faking the moon landings, right?
Yeah.
Because he was filming 2001, and oh, by the way, he was using the NASA lenses and stuff for Barry Lyndon, which was later. That was actually the 70s. The whole fascinating thing about this lens that was made by Carl Zeiss that has a 0.5 or 0.2 or something f-stop. Like it was the fastest lens ever made, like could bring in the most light. And it was made for NASA. For when they flew around the dark side of the moon for the first time.
Right.
They had these cameras with all these pictures that were taken. Which was the Apollo 8, right? Because I posted that because the anniversary of the Christmas message.
I think that Apollo 8.
Yeah, that was Jim Lovell, and that was the first time. It was exciting because that was the first time we ever left Earth to go around the moon. And then the next exciting thing was Neil Armstrong and on the moon. But that was like really the first time that any human being ever left Earth.
Right.
It was a huge deal. Happened around Christmas. I celebrate that was my whole thing. But anyway, they made this lens, right, for NASA to take dark pictures. And so Kubrick actually ended up with one of those lenses. There were only like 3 or 4 made by Carl Zeiss, the Carl Zeiss company. and he ended up getting that lens to film candlelight and stuff like that in his film Barry Lyndon in the mid-70s. But anyway, early mid-70s. But anyway, so there's all this conspiracy about, how he was connected, and then they filmed the moon landing and all that. And so people believe that Neil Armstrong didn't walk on the moon. This is that whole conspiracy.
Yeah.
God forbid. Don't ever tell, what is he, 90 years old now, Buzz Aldrin this?
No, he'll
deck you.
Yeah.
He'll take his fist and he'll deck you. And that's okay.
Right.
I'm fine with that.
Buzz gets to do that.
Buzz gets to do that because
Yeah.
Buzz walked on the moon and he'll tell you, I was there, I know. Excuse me.
Yeah, Buzz gets fired up.
So I don't believe in that. But along with the conspiracies and stuff, there's this whole thing about Kubrick talking about Hollywood and being connected to power and meeting Hollywood people and political people. And he would tell people, supposedly, rumors, he told Nicole Kidman, he's like, you don't ever want to go there. You do not want to, you just want to do your thing and hide out. Like, I'm in my estate with my family. I think he lived in London, even though he was a New Yorker. He was like,
he left the U.S. years ago.
Yeah. He was like, you don't want to like hang out with these people. And Eyes Wide Shut has this secret society themes and stuff. Yeah. And boy, and I was listening to a radio show that I don't know if I sent you that. I need to send you that. You need to be on that RSS feed because, man, there's some good stuff. And again, it talks about the George. Yeah, I did send you. It was about W.
Yes.
It was about W.
That's right,
anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys, Yale and the Skull and Bones and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like,
yeah.
What happens when, like, some dude just like, yeah, I whacked him. Take care of it.
Right.
Blood of Archibald Cox is there. Take care of it.
The blood of Archibald Cox.
Remember what happened to, was it Colby?
Ooh.
The CIA director?
William Colby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drowned in a canoe?
Yeah.
Like, just out on a lake by himself?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Colby? It was the former CIA director from the 70s.
I think you're right.
And it was just
I'll
like...
have to look that up, but I think you're right, yeah.
I remember when the news, it's like, it was a bizarre...
And they got swept under real quick, too. It was almost like they acknowledged it, but then it was kind of move on, So I don't know. Was it Colby, though? I wonder. That sounds familiar.
I think that was his name. But anyway, yeah. So they've always been kind of like, there he is, William Colby. April 27th, 1996. Mm-hmm. Who murdered the CIA? See, if you just Google him, the second who murdered the CIA chief? Former CIA, the man nobody knew. CIA guy. And, maybe it was an accident.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of weird stuff out there. Mm-hmm. But Kubrick was like on top of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, there's bad stuff. And then we have what's happened in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Which we don't have time for all the podcast conspiracies that I listen to. That I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Right. And they're not like UFO and stuff. They're more like, kind of like, more like,
real dark.
Yeah, real dark stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of Frank Underwood-ish type stuff.
Yeah, real dark Machiavellian sort of palace intrigue almost. And, yeah.
Well, that's what bothers me right now because the Hollywood thing, I mean, all that stuff, it's legit, right? And they're under attack and they're being exposed. Why now? Why is Hollywood being exposed now? Why wasn't it like years ago? You could call that a conspiracy in a way. It's as close to a conspiracy. It's not really.
It also may be that a lot of the top players are different than the old. Since it's generational. That maybe the tipping point was there's a lot of younger guys out there now that go by different ethos. And aren't connected the way that they were with the old boys club. And
but maybe I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I kind of think one of the things is that I think timing is I think a lot of people should always look at timing of things. I really do. And I think the timing is key. And I think there's forces that have timed the Hollywood, and Hollywood being, California.
Yeah.
How many, I mean, Hillary Clinton won California by like landslides and landslides on Western states, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that there's a timing there, and I think that there's a key to a Washington thing. I think if Washington would ever break and get exposed to the kind of exposure that Hollywood gets.
And we
saw some Conyers resign.
Conyers, Franken. Yeah, but you hear
that's just like...
You hear these very vague sort of anonymous thing like, man, if this thing ever truly does break, people are going to be just totally...
We've had like... interns gone missing and things like that. I mean, here I sound. Let's start 2018 out right, shall we? Let's talk about missing interns and things like that. But very much so. I think that there's
just the sexual harassment alone.
Well, but I'm talking. I heard somebody say, I'm talking like peel the onion back.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have the harassment, but peel the onion back even further. I mean, it gets real dark. Mm-hmm. Real dark.
Yeah.
I think you just jet over to London on the Concorde, and there's some real dark stuff that happens over there. And there have been people who've written books about that stuff, and it's like institutionalized.
Sure.
Then just hop over to
the Parliament in England stuff. I mean, there was a minor dust up that got really cut off quick. Yeah. Was I believe it was John Major. Stuff that was going on during his time as Prime Minister. And
wait, was that the Black Mirror episode?
No, but that was what it was based on.
Yeah.
And
because there was the whole Black Mirror episode, and then there was this thing about the college days, and it was like it was weird. They shut that down real quick. This is what we need to do. This is the show we need to do. Not this show necessarily. We don't want to talk politics, but if you want to talk politics, you
just
get
like
into
a conspiracy special under its own little banner. Ooh.
But I like the Kubrick stuff. I like the Kubrick stuff. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't believe he faked the moon landing or any of that stuff.
No, yeah.
But I do kind of think Kubrick would be the guy who'd call you over and go, you know those powerful people over there? Don't go near them.
Right.
Your life will never be the same.
Yeah.
After.
There was one guy we had on the old Anarchy show. We only had him on once. And he's living and hiding out now in Denmark.
Oh, wow.
His name is Ole Damagaard.
Uh-huh.
And he calls it not conspiracy theories, he calls it conspiracy facts.
Mm-hmm.
And we had him on time, and we, of course, I'm a sucker for a good conspiracy story. So
who isn't?
I mean, we talked about, JFK, all the biggies, And that is something I wouldn't mind, just doing a standalone sort of round table sort of thing. Not saying that I believe in the conspiracy theories. Let's not go overboard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. E. Howard Hunt. And I mean, just I mean, holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
We could do a show.
We did a whole thing about E. Howard Hunt, which is
Deathbed Confessions.
Yeah, Deathbed Confections. Confections.
Yeah. Confection.
Other than Deathbed Confessions, it's Deathbed Confections.
Yeah, who knew that he was a chocolatier?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Want a good conspiracy and a fancy treat. It's Deathbed Confections.
Oh, this
I know.
This conspiracy tastes great.
We'll be selling Deathbed Confections on your way out from the Hogan's Heroes theme restaurant.
Schultz's.
Yeah, it'll be like, can I interest you in some Deathbed Confections mints?
Yeah, over the next...
Auf Wiedersehen!
Auf Wiedersehen. In the next couple of days, I'm going to do a graphic for Schultz's restaurant. I got to do that.
You got to.
I got to. It's already churning in my mind what I can do.
Well, watch for it. Schultz's restaurant and the Deathbed Confections. And we do say, Auf Wiedersehen! Hang in there, everybody.